Hey everyone, welcome to the Dragon's Lair. You've got Sam and Chris here tonight, and please welcome to the channel Matt from the Southern Cali EDC channel. Matt, appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry I wasn't able to make it the first time, but very excited to be here. And I've met both of you in person, and I really like everything that you guys do. I love your channel, and I love your work. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's our pleasure, and no worries. I mean, I know firsthand that, and so does Chris, that sometimes, well, all right, so now it's like you said, it's the Wyvern Kali channel. So
Yes.
we're gonna we'll get Chris back on. He's having some technical difficulties as usual. But yeah, man, I know Chris knows that work happens and things come up and travel happens and all that kind of stuff. So we make it happen. We'll work around it and all that kind of stuff. So appreciate you though making some time for us tonight.
Yeah.
Before we get started, let's just run through here and say hello to everybody. I know there's looks like there's about 14 people in here so far. We'll get more trickling in as the night goes on a little bit. So let's see here. We've got Sergeant Maximus. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Sergeant Maximus. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Marco, good to see you, my friend. Mick Ranger's in here. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Ramsey Silent, the mod extraordinaire, doing his thing the best that he does. What's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in and hanging out, my friend. Let's see. We've got Henry G up in here. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Drop Beacon's in here. Matt, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. And folks, if you're not checking out Drop Beacon, definitely make sure that you do that. We'll get you a link in here and I'll pin it in the comments. Gives you a year free of the pro membership. Definitely want to be a part of that. Matt is doing an awful lot of work on that platform. If you didn't check out our live with him a couple of weeks ago, he was on explaining what the platform is and stuff like that. Very, very cool work going on over there. So you definitely want to see where this goes, because I have a feeling that a few months down the road, it's going to be a special platform for this community. Let's see here. Who else do we have here? Old School Rocker. Hey, Mama Luke. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate you very, very much coming in and hanging out. Let's see here. Want to know why knives? Yo, yo, yo. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Silver Trails Outdoors. How are you, my friend? Thank you.
We got a bear warning.
John Wren, Oregon. What is up? How are you? Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. Miranda Keith's in here. Good to see you, Miranda. Thank you for coming in. Sanders G, what is up, my dude? Good to see you. Let's see, who else is here? Southern Cali EDC. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Oh.
I can't help it, guys. I got to still say what's up to everybody.
No, by all means, please. The community loves you, but I say hello. Burning Stables Forge, Mr. Clayton, birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Clayton.
We heard you, Chris. We heard you.
I had to switch browsers. I know you like me to use Firefox. It never works for me. So
did you go to Chrome?
No, I went to Edge.
All right, we'll deal, man. Hey, man, want to say what's up? Driving, cannot tag everyone. Pop in and say hey, like, and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for the support, Clayton. Appreciate you hopping in, buddy. Let's see who else has popped in tonight. Monster Hunter is up in here. What is up? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. All right, we're caught up, at least for now. I'm sure I'll get behind in no time flat, which is why I'm probably going to buy the more advanced version of this program that we use here, StreamYard, so that Chris has power to actually look at things like this too, and therefore it will make my life a heck of a lot easier than controlling everything myself.
You think it will make your life a lot easier?
Yeah,
that is true. My audio to work.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Chris is an engineer after all. So, I mean, let's
in
see.
technology at that.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening, peeps. Good evening, Kelly's Mishmash. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out, Kelly. We appreciate you. So Matt,
Yes.
we got to hang out in Atlanta for a little while. Good to meet you in person.
Not long
That
enough.
was pretty cool.
But we
Though
did,
your trip to Atlanta seemed to have been an interesting one. You spent a little extra time in Colorado than you wanted, I would assume.
Oh my God. Yeah. So it ended up taking me like 36 hours to get to the show. And then the reason being the first screw up was my fault because I got all my stuff packed, and of course, you know, as a new content creator, I'm like a chicken with his head cut off, right? Like I don't know where all my stuff's at. I'm bringing too many cameras and too many mics. I'm thinking like I'm some type of production company, right? My wife's like, "Why don't you just use your phone?" I will next time. But I'm gathering everything up. Get to the airport. My wife drops me off. Hugs and kisses. I'm on my way in. I do not have my ID.
Oh no.
And and come to find out after I talked to a couple people, apparently there's a way to get around that. Like you can go up, I guess, to the folks, you know, whatever airline you're flying on, and they can like do a verification or something to let you through. I didn't know that existed. I figured if you don't have your ID, it's time to go home to get your ID. So
you might not have got into your hotel room without ID.
Yeah, well, I would have done the same thing, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go without my ID, regardless.
Yeah.
So,
and especially like 3 days in Atlanta, you know, it's like you're gonna use the ID more than just for the flight. So I'm like, I call my wife. I'm like, "Are you home yet?" She was almost home, and she's like, "Nope, I'll turn around." She picks me up. I finally get a later flight, no problem, whatever. I'm supposed to get into Denver, you know, like late that night. And then so when we're going into Denver, all of a sudden we're just circling over and over and over again. We're circling Denver airport. And I'm like, I'm looking at my watch, like, okay, I still got 45 minutes to spare. And then it's, you know, I got 30 minutes, I got 25. We were up there forever because of some weather pattern that was below us. They would not let us land. And finally, by the time we landed, of course, I missed my connecting flight there. And then the little lady that was trying to help me was like, "You can stay till tomorrow, or you can catch a red eye. And the red eye will take you to Baltimore. and then we will fly you from Baltimore into Atlanta." So the show, this is like all happening now. It's like Thursday night heading into Friday morning, and the show starts Friday morning. So I land. By the time I got to my hotel, I had 1 hour before the show started.
oh,
And I haven't slept all, you know, I haven't slept or nothing. So I got to my hotel and I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'll just power through it. I can do it. It's an all day thing, but I'm tough. Yeah, no, I fell asleep. And that's why I only fell asleep for I got like a 2 hour power nap in and then ran to the show. And it was fine.
I would have been a zombie. I would have been dead. There's no way, man. And I run on little sleep. So
yeah,
Fred
day one was terrible.
What's up, Fred? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Chris B. Blacksmith, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
And a young baby face like yours, you got carded every time you wanted to drink. So
whatever, dude. You know, I have a couple hairs right here. You know? Just because you can count them, okay?
My wife was craving what are those things called? Hard ciders tonight.
Ooh.
So I had run to the store to grab her some, and I got carded. And I was like, "You made my night."
Yeah, I love that.
You can't see the gray in the beard. I'm sorry, but there's no way that you mistaked this, because I am 21 with 26 years of experience on top of that.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I was celebrating my 30th anniversary of my 21st birthday.
There you go.
Yeah. It used to be, it was always annoying to get carded when you were younger. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I look older. And now it's like, I get carded now and I'm like, thank you. Can I hug you? Because that's very nice.
Launching a Gracchus with ballistics could be the ultimate durability test. It would be the ultimate durability test. I do want to mention, though, that probably negates the warranty on that. So, just saying, I think we're probably going to reject that coverage when you send us it back in pieces.
To be fair, I don't think there's anti-rocket rules anywhere written. I don't see it.
Yeah.
No, but it does mention disassembly. just
hooliganry.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's something we consider once, if and when we do the fixed blade Gracchus.
Yeah, maybe at some point with that one, we'll see on that. I've been brainstorming a little bit on the V2 version of the Gracchus, and it's like, I'm thinking a year plus out from this one at this point, but we've got several other things brewing in the pipeline. Just signed something for Artisan Cutlery, so we're going to be doing a knife with them.
Nice.
So we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Fred, it is not going to be what we call a mini. Okay, there will never be a mini in the Wyvern Kodiak Designs lineup. But I will
don't
tell
say
you,
never. It's highly unlikely.
There will never be a mini in the.
We're going to put out a mini crossbar something. So
hey,
a mini,
and oh no, Chris fell off.
What
happened to Chris? Where did he go? Oh no, I threw him out because he mentioned crossbar. So Fred,
Bravo.
it will be a smaller version. There will be additional deployment methods, but at the heart of everything, it will still be very much the Gracchus. So I am. Don't worry about that. It will be more Fred the Lug size. Okay. Yeah. So we're thinking about all of that. There'll be the next one that we're coming out with is called the Arctos. The Arctos is coming in 2 sizes. I'm not sure if we're going to launch them simultaneously or if we're going to get one and then the other. I don't know yet what we're going to do with that. It all depends. Once we get the prototypes in place, we'll figure that out. Yeah, you don't have to worry about a crossbar, man.
That's what I was laughing at.
Geo Knife tried to do a knife with us, and they told me that the only way they'd do a knife with me is if I were to do a crossbar. And I said, well, then once you start making real knives, then I'll give you a knife design to build.
What do you have there, Matt?
Yeah,
this is the N5. It's a prototype that's launching for Numb Knives, so Nick. Yep. And it's really, really good. Really good.
Nick, that's funny. I've got the N1 right here.
Yeah, I got the N7 in the office too. So I love this stuff.
I didn't get the N7. Unfortunately, I wanted that amethyst one. It looked just sweet. Black blade with that purple crystal.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I'm not a color person, but that one looks really, really good. So Matt, that was your first blade show, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I tend to ask everybody this question, and that is really like, okay, so how did you handle the blade show? Because Chris and I remember our first blade show, and when we left at the end of the weekend, it was hard to describe how you felt after it, because it was almost like that overwhelming, incredible, what were the words that we used, Chris? It was like
the stimulation was unreal.
Yeah. Sensory overload.
Yeah, sensory overload is what we were saying. It's not like the stuff that we went to locally, that you could go through 3 tables and be like, well, now we're done. And so, and we thought we had a good idea of what we wanted to go see and what we wanted to go do.
Everybody's got a plan until they get the blade show.
And I'm 0 for 3 on executing my plan. So Tell us about your experience, Matt.
Yeah. So, all those adjectives apply. And I definitely can hear Mike Tyson's voice when it's like, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Like, everyone does have a plan for Blade Show until you walk into that main room and it's like, okay. So the experience for me, I guess, would be, I'm not trying to like one up anybody, but I think it was more overwhelming because I went for the first time as a consumer and as a content creator.
Yeah.
So I have like all of these things going through my head of how's my camera position? Who am I going to talk to? What's my next booth? Okay, they look busy. Am I going to bother these people? Like, you're thinking of so many more things as opposed to had I just gone to look at knives, I would have been overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But at least I'm just kind of a consumer, and you can be a fly on the wall and kind of, check stuff out. And if you talk to a maker, great. If you don't, no big deal. But going as a content creator, there's like, you put pressure on yourself, right? Because if I fly myself out here and I don't get in front of these folks, or I don't get anybody on camera, or don't get an interview of some sort, like, what a waste of money, what a waste of time. And you're not helping the viewers. So for me, the way I like to characterize my first Blade Show is like, if you're thinking of like adjectives, when you go to a really crazy, awesome concert and you're loving the artist and you're screaming the whole time that they're playing, and you walk out of that, like, then they shut down everything, the speakers shut down, the lights come on, and you're walking out of a concert and you're sweaty and you're sticky and your ears are ringing. That's like how I felt figuratively when I left Blade Show. It was like I was so overwhelmed and, with senses that my ears were ringing and I was like sweaty and I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. J1 Doobie says, what's up to you, by the way? I don't know if you can see chat or not, but he said what's up, so I'm highlighting that real quick for you.
What's up, Debbie?
It's interesting for me with the drop beacon. There you go.
Yep.
But yeah,
thank you. That's Matt, right? Also, that's also
Matt? That's Matt.
And he was on last episode, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I replaced this Matt with that Matt last time.
Hey, we're interchangeable.
Which is funny because Matt from Drop Beacon was going to do tonight. And when you told me you couldn't, I said, well, let's just see if we can flip this. So I asked him last second, can you fill in here? And he said, sure. And then I asked you, can you fill in here? And you said, sure. And I was like, sweet, we'll just swap Matts.
Yeah.
How do you know we're not the same Matt? Have you ever seen us in the same place at the same time?
I never have.
But I have seen his face, and you don't look anything like him, and he don't look anything like you.
Well, just because he's handsome doesn't mean we can't be the same person.
I've seen a lot of Scooby-Doo. Those masks look real. So,
by the way, chat, if you guys are wondering, if you see me like, flip a fly swat, I am going to kill.
There's a pickleball game.
Yes, there's one fly that I've been going after today that's in my garage that has bothered me all day. He's in every video. He thinks he's running the show here. So if you see me swinging this, it's not because I'm losing my mind.
That's funny.
Hey, Trish.
What's up, Trish? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us.
Maddie, let me hit this real quick, Sam. What's very, very interesting is you'd only had 2 videos when I came across your page. Just it was in the algorithm to check you out, right? Yeah. And so I looked, and then I was talking to Sam. I was like, man, we ought to watch this guy because he's only got like 2 videos, and they're really good. Like, usually everybody struggles for, quite a while, a dozen or 2 dozen under your belt before you get some comfort. And I was like, we ought to watch this guy because he could be really good. And then I said to him, what do you think about, we've had a lot of big people. Why don't we think about talking to some other guys about coming on? And then you showed up like that week or the week after in our chat, and then or in our live. But then the cool thing is you're our first ever super chat. So that was fantastic too. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah. You knocked that wall down that day. And that was like such a fun night for us. I mean, we got a bunch of money. That was really cool, but it was more so just the energy.
The energy.
Right? Yeah. It was wonderful.
Yeah, you set off like a chain reaction that night. Like as soon as people were like, "Oh crap!" Like you can super chat now because we really just got monetized at that point, so people didn't even realize it. So you kind of like awakened the beast, and all of a sudden everybody was like, "Money, money, money," and we were like, "Holy
That's
crap!"
awesome. I try to do that in chats that I know maybe have just started, or maybe there's it's not like you don't need to go into Metal Complex's chat and start the super chat stuff, or Jared or whatever. Some of these guys they're already super established. But I love going into, like, I think I went into I don't know if I was the first one, but I was one of the first ones, I think, when Sev started streaming. And it's like, even if you just do like a little $2 one, it's nice for the streamers because it does kind of wake up the group. The group's like, oh, I forgot all about that. So I'm glad I was able to do that for you guys and start some dominoes, because it's fun. It's fun to see that.
Really
that was cool.
It. Robert Jones with the $9.99. I forgot we could super chat now.
Hey, we promised, buddy, we did not bring that up just to start super chats, guys.
Yeah, we didn't do that to start triggering. I was but do appreciate the donation to the channel and all, and much love to you, my brother. So we'll get to drag and roar for you, my friend.
Really cool. Thank you, Robert. But yeah, that was neat when you did. And it's funny because we were so excited about having one, we didn't bother to read the chat. It was like, hey.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Dude, that was funny. Somebody in there like, dude, you have to read the super chat.
It was Matt.
Yeah, just
Matt did. He called it out. So.
Yeah, I was like, hey guys, like, can you read the like? All I cared about was I wanted you to read the message, and yeah. So, but I get it, man. Trust me. I'm sure I will start doing the stream thing at some point soon. I'm sure on my first one I'm going to be, just like that, because I'm sure there's a lot going on that you have to pay attention to. But it was funny that I threw the super chat up and then like the message was never read.
And man, I think one of the things that Chris and I were growing at like a reasonable pace, right? But when we started doing lives, I think the engagement with the community and them getting to know us as people, and not glorified hand models with sharp objects in our hands anymore, but instead we were people with stories behind it and personalities that we can interact with, and that got a better connection, and we grew much faster because of that. And so when somebody reached out recently that I think we're going to probably have on as a guest, called The Collector's Edge, and I don't know if you've ever checked out their channel, but they really focus on the collecting aspect of knives. They don't talk so much about use cases of it.
Yeah.
And they are really they're two guys like Chris and I, and they don't ever sit in the same room. They're usually in two different places. So all of a sudden you see like there's one set of hands and then a different background with another set of hands, but they're always talking about really cool. I mean, they have some phenomenal knives, by the way. I mean,
they better.
Yeah, no, like $1,000 is like the cheap stuff on their table.
That's the budget. Yeah,
that's the budget stuff there. So but he had reached out to me recently and talked about, I want to do lives, but where do you think I should start? And I was like, dude, now. Like, if I would have known then what I know now, I would have started hundreds of subscribers earlier and grown that much faster. Like, get in quicker.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in that zone where it's a muscle that I haven't built, so I'm kind of like, nervous to start. But I have a plan. Within the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, I'll start streaming, and even if it's just something like this where you're just kind of talking and seeing how everybody's doing or whatever, like a lot of times the thing about my experience with the whole content thing is I love this. I love being in the chats. Like, I'm in every stream. You can even ask the guys in the stream. Like, I'm always saying what's up. Like, I know all these dudes and gals, it's kind of it's a pretty similar group too. Like, you'll see Chicken Fried, you'll see Mick, you'll see Fred, you'll see Trish, you'll see Ramses. Usually Ramses is a mod, and most of them, like, you'll see once in a while, you'll see new folks too. But it's a pretty tight knit group. And I started in this group you know, and then just decided to throw a camera on some of my knife stuff, you know. So I come from that realm, and it's why I love like all these different content creators, and I try to take a little bit, you know, from certain creators, you know, things that I love. Like, so it doesn't, like, no one does a better top-down review off the cuff than Metal Complex. And whether you love him or hate him, he's just like, the dude could sit down and, you know, he doesn't have a script, you know, like he's just, you know, he nails it, right? But then
he definitely does off the cuff the best, I think. Because and Jared does a great review, but Jared is very much into making a production out of it. His videos are detail oriented, and he has a ton of like B-roll into it, and he has a lot of cuts and stuff like that, where Metal Complex is like, well, I burped, I don't care, keep moving.
Yeah, but I think that's why they're both successful, right? Everyone's got their own flavor.
Their shtick.
Like,
that's it.
If you can find a lane, that's the other thing that I wanted to do with my channel was, yeah, I'm still top-down reviews or whatever, but I would watch Stassa, right? And Stassa's always testing the knives, man. He's always cutting stuff. And I mean, and it takes work to do that. Every single knife, every single review, to sit there and cut. And he cuts way more stuff than I do, you know? But I love that, because every time I was interested in buying a knife, I would see if Stassa reviewed it. I would see if Metal reviewed it because I just like his opinions on stuff. But then I would see if Stassa reviewed it because I want to see it cut through shit. Excuse my language. And then, you know, and so on. So I'm trying to kind of do that while at the same time, you know, do a little bit of my own thing. Like, I really found that, you know, histories of companies and makers is really important to me. And so I started throwing it in on the reviews, and I was thinking, man, this is going to be, this people are going to think this is boring, you know, and they didn't. Like, a lot of the viewers were like, man, we love that you give little tidbits or facts or whatever about the makers or the founders of the companies or whatever. So I kind of found my little lane, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we try to get a little bit of a backstory, or at least some sort of detail on the designer. You know, typically you'll hear me say something like, this was designed by so-and-so out of here.
Right.
And if there's an inspiration behind it that's made public, like, hey, this was inspired, like I did the Woody recently by Katuo, right? That was inspired by the woodpecker. So it's like, okay, and then, you know, there's no more to the story than that. It's just, it was inspired by a woodpecker. Okay, it was inspired by a woodpecker. I said it. We're moving on. So, chicken fried steak, what is up? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Never heard of you, SoCal. I see we have a ball breaker in the house. Nice. Sam and Chris, you make it look a lot easier than it is. Not easy to facilitate these live streams. You know, it's not difficult when you have good tools. I think StreamYard makes it a lot easier to do these than if you were doing it off of your phone. I will say the biggest challenge more than anything else is just to keep up with the chat and make sure that you try and find your pause breaks to say hello to people, to make sure that you're checking at what people are trying to say and things like that. Because it's very easy to lose yourself. And I mean, Chris has had to stop me and tell me multiple times, hey, go to, you know, 937 or whatever and look at this or whatever. So, you know, speaking of which, James Hoyt, good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us tonight. So I'm trying to make sure I catch up. Adventure Man's in here. Good to see you, Adventure Man. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Earlier, I didn't catch the time, but Patty called out Matt, said that, you know, when he was talking about it, I get in all the live streams, and she was like, "You've never once been in my live stream." So
that is not true at all. That is not true at all. Whatever. Everyone's breaking my you know what's, man.
What day is hers?
I don't know.
Saturday.
It's well, I didn't say. What I meant to say is Saturday.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. Obviously. Listen, hold on a second, Trish. Do you think that this is purple by accident back here?
It was set up specifically for her tonight.
Good God, Matt just pulled the Uno reverse card.
Yeah. Bravo.
I mean, if I can't pan over there, but it actually says SoutherCaliEDC, but you know.
Oh, that is hilarious.
You know what? Listen, Trish is mad at me because they just had a Holt drop on NC Blade, and she's been looking for, I think, the haptic forever. And I went to tell Rob in Rob's chat about the drop, and and she was like, well, she's like, I'll go check it, but I only ever wanted the haptic, and I know that they're not going to drop it. And it turns out they did drop a haptic, and it had a purple handle.
Ouch.
Yeah. So she's mad at me, which is cool. That's all right. We'll get through it.
I would love, so I went on there recently and they didn't have any, but I was searching their inventory. I was hoping they were going to have an Outlaw in stock, but I missed out by the time I found out that they were
un momento.
We got to wait, but we can't read hers till
yeah, Trish, I see your super chat, but I want to wait for Matt to come back since it's the comment is directed at him. So it's funny, you get to complain to him, and then we get the money. That's kind of great. That's a great win.
Hey, if anybody else wants to pay us to dog out Matt, feel free.
So there you go. Don't.
Wow.
Hey Matt, you see the comment from Trish on the super chat?
It's on the screen. It's on the bottom of our screen.
Matt, don't kiss. And I think what she's trying to say is Matt, don't kiss beloved.
Yeah, that's what it is. Trish, we love you. Thanks for the $5 super chat. You're awesome.
Thanks, Trish.
She paid just to say that. Damn. Trish is paying just to give me some jabs. I love it. I love it.
That's what I say. If anybody else would like to pay us to dog out Matt, we're wide open tonight for
Hold
that.
on, Matt. I'm blowing your screen up because we want to see the pretty stuff.
Oh, that's sexy.
Ooh,
Now, this was one because my wife collects too, and so she wanted one, I wanted one. This one kind of mirrors her Morpheus. And the action is just like ridiculous. Now check this one out, boys. This is the one I got.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very, very
nice. A lot
nice.
of texture. I'm a texture guy. I love that.
Yeah, so it's got the texture.
The one that your wife got would be my speed. That would be Chris's speed.
Yeah.
This is like their mirrored stone polish.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I can see that. That looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's nice, man. That's really, really nice.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry. You said Outlaw, and I was like, I have to go get it.
So I had somebody offer me a trade for an Outlaw, and I accepted the trade, and then the dude, like, he didn't renege on the trade, but he said, like, he needed to think about it, and then he ran into, like, tough times and wound up selling it instead of trading it, so I kind of got screwed, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I would have had one. Daddy Wyvern, hi Sam and Chris. Sorry I'm late tonight. No worries. Better late than never. Appreciate you coming in, Dad. Good to see you.
Papa Wyvern.
I got my Skiff Fugitive this week. Yeah, that's a good one. Chris has a Fugitive.
I think I pulled it out.
The wife has a Fugitive too.
Yeah.
Dude, so first off, that's awesome that your wife collects also. So my wife is not into knives. If she was, we would be really poor.
Well, it's funny, and she's like, man, if only Sam was into sewing supplies.
Yeah. Only if I was into quilting and sewing and stuff like that, it'd probably be a different story as well. But, it's cool. She's got something that she's really passionate about, and I've got mine, and we get what we want out of stuff and whatnot. And it's like, for birthdays and Christmases and all that kind of stuff like that, she's good about reaching out to Chris on the side and saying, hey, what should I be getting him? And Chris does a good job providing guidance as to what she should be buying me. So
what's your budget? I'll tell you exactly where to go and what to get and whose affiliate code to use.
Yep. Oh, well, my affiliate code, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, man.
Somebody earlier on suggested that you needed electric fly swatter too.
Yeah,
probably because I'm swinging this thing like a 3-year-old. But I think I just got him, boys.
Help!
I think I just got him.
Nice, finally.
I don't know though. he's a very resilient fly. So he might have juked me, and he'll come back here in a second. But I think I made contact.
Or he's got like 35 lives.
He's got a lot. He did the up, down, down, left, right, contra.
Oh, so he's got 50 lives now?
Yeah.
James Hoyt, your wife is a quilter seamstress. That's her hobby. So my wife is a long arm quilter. I'm sure you know what that is if your wife's a quilter. And so my upstairs looks like a Chinese sewing sweatshop. I've got a 14-foot table with a big sewing machine that looks like a 50 cal mounted on top of a turret. It's ridiculous. It's like,
that's awesome.
Like this. And then a few years later, she was like, hey, I'm going to get a computer system that's going to make this thing run all by itself. So now we've got that thing. So she just, she programs it, hits a button, and the thing like quilts itself. So yeah, I'm telling you, no joke, dude. I secretly, I have Nike upstairs in my house. Like,
awesome.
She just hasn't figured out how to make sneakers yet, but that's coming.
Yeah. Nice.
Everybody thinks they're dropping their kids off at a daycare when they bring them by your house, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Work harder, faster. Make more shoes. Sew more soccer balls.
Yeah.
William Hornbossel's up in here. What's up, William? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man.
I do have something. I'm 99% certain this is Ramsey's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago he ordered the Migron and it came in the mail finally this week. So I got it either Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember if I picked it up Monday night or last night, but it came in. So we'll have to link up Ramsey so I can get your address and shoot it over. And if you want me to open it up and check
I have his address, man. I can give it to you.
Perfect.
Because I've sent him a couple things before, so I'll get his information to you. That's not a problem.
Perfect.
Yeah, then you know the pain, James. I'm sure that your wife probably has what they refer to as the stash. It's basically a room full of fabric, and anytime you blink, it grows. So therefore, you don't look and you avoid that space altogether. So I get that. So cool. I don't know. That's debatable, buddy.
He's like, you've got a sweatshop? That's outstanding.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's pretty bananas. And then recently my wife has gotten into pouring resin. So she makes like all these different things out of like resin.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, she's like anything my wife gets into, she's super talented. Like she studies it and becomes a hobbyist extraordinaire to the point where it becomes almost like professional level.
Oh, her quilts are professional. They're
my wife's been in national competitions before. She's won best in show in quilting competitions before. So
wow.
There's my wife is truly a professional quilter on that. But just when she gets into a hobby that she finds some passion in, like she becomes a student of that that skill set, and then wow,
she's an artisan.
Reach out to me. I don't know that. So she doesn't really sell quilts per se. What she does is the service of quilting. And even then, now she doesn't really do that anymore because she's working full time now. She was running it as a business, but decided not to. But you can reach out if there's something that you have an interest in or something like that. I can always talk to her about it. It just might be a long-term thing if it's something that she has interest in doing. But I don't want to commit her to anything, to be honest with you. You just want a really nice blanket. Fair enough. So Matt.
Yes.
Obviously, you've got quite a bunch of really cool stuff. I mean, those two halts are really, really nice. But is there anything that you've gotten in recently to review that is like blew your mind, or maybe you weren't expecting it, and then when you put it in hand, you know it's taking you aback a little bit, and you're like, holy crap, this is stellar.
Yeah, yes, and in fact, it's two, and he's not setting me up for this, guys, but two knives that came in a couple days ago. I'm showing to you. I'll show them to you right now. I don't have any content on them, but I've been like, if you've heard the knife that I've been flicking, it's been this one and another one. This is the Civivi Elite Brova, and it is like so freaking good.
That's good looking.
Yeah, like it's got this kind of like a black stone wash.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's S35 VN,
Nice.
and they're not blowing the price that, like, so a lot of folks you see in the comments are like, well, why are they doing an Elite if they have Wii and they have Civivi? Well, if you think about it, you have Civivi and you have Wii, but guys, there's such a huge jump from Civivi. Civivi tops out at like what, 100, 110, 115, and then to jump.
They've been going up. They've been going up though.
Have they?
Yeah, Civivi. So Civivi has been slowly but surely. They've been raising prices and stuff like that. Pretty consistent at this point. I think recently they dropped one that was like 135, 140, and it's
That's
like
this one.
Yeah. So I mean, they're still reasonable, especially for the quality. I'm not complaining quite yet, but long gone are the days where I miss getting a really banger for $70 from them, you know?
Well, but I think that they've opened up that market, because what's the other one they have starts with an S?
Sencut.
Yeah, they've got Sencut. So I think that going up market with Civivi makes sense, because we can get low end of the upper tier all the way up to the high end of the upper tier. They can focus in on that stuff.
Yeah.
Then Civivi can fill that middle gap that I would say, you know, to $250, $300 maybe at some point, and then Sencut.
We's getting a bit obnoxious too, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying that they don't make a phenomenal knife, because they do. They're super smooth and glassy. They're beautiful knives. They, you know, high quality and all that stuff. But are they $100 more than something else? I mean, that's your Praxis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dragoon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Man?
What's up, peeps? Yeah, Projectiles are sharps up in here. Good to see you, friend. Let's see here. Just making sure we catch up real quick. I'm trying not to get too far behind here. Did I miss anyone? Anyone in here? Nope. Cool. So the Civivi is a banger that you're going to be doing some content on.
Yeah.
And you said you had another one.
There's another one, yeah. So, and this one I think has actually been around for a bit. It's the first time I've handled one, and it is the Tyron 2 by Takray. And this is a button lock. It's a traditional button lock. Still actually has a plunge lock, but it's done really well, and the action is fantastic. And this thing, I love this 5-layer kind of copper sand my blade that they make. For this iteration. This is actually the bottom of the price points. They can get kind of pricey, but this one I think goes for around 150, 160, and you can, with 15% discount, you get it for like 130. But it's all titanium. It's got that really cool San Mai copper thing going on. It's a button lock, very thin profile, like super. It's almost like a lot of these trends right now is they're all doing like the slim versions, and this kind of falls in line with that. But it's nice and long. So if you've got big hands, even though it's thin, some dudes with big hands are like, I can't handle a thin thing. It will fill up your hand, at least from a length perspective.
Yeah.
So these two I've been really, really impressed with. And I like the action on this, because a lot of button locks, when you do this part, it'll clang into the handle and kind of bounce back out, and you got to kind of like re-grip it to push it back in there. This does not do that. Every time it goes home, it goes home.
Nice.
You see, and there's something about the way they've designed the detent. So this will have some content, and then of course, you know, the Brova will also have content. I'm really impressed with both of these knives.
So does that Takray how's the button on? Is there any? Did it come with any button stick and have to work it out, or is it just?
I mean, like my first few, you could you can still kind of hear, like there's definitely a tangible like feeling when you depress it. It's not like glass or anything. Like you can feel when it goes in and when it comes out, but it's definitely not button stick. It's just, there's a tactile feel when you depress the button, but it's not, it's not button stick though.
Right on.
Yeah. Take it apart and see if you could adjust the spring. And then swear at me later because button locks suck to take apart and put back together.
I've almost gotten shot in the eye with a button lock twice. So I took it out and that spring shot out. I didn't know you had to like kind of keep it compressed because it was under the button.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about there.
TW Knives, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. Let's see. So we were talking backstage before we got on live, and the one that I think came in for me that was like, I was not expecting it to be this good, is the Xander from Vosteed. I mean, this thing is absolutely, this is actually a special knife. You know, Chris knows I am really, really high on the Nimble, you know, EMP EDC Nimble X and XTs. I mean, there's just something special about that knife. Yep. And they took that knife and probably made the only possible way of making it better, and they achieved it. And it's like front flipper, rear flipper, thumb studs, hole deployment, and Vancor lock. This thing is something for everyone. Nobody can complain about this one. If you need a deployment method, this can be done.
I have not been sad about Vosteed's quality and things going, you know, the way they're growing and how things are going up a little bit. I think that they're stepping into, you know, that space, you know, very nicely.
Yeah. Vosteed is doing spectacular work, and the Vancor lock being proprietary, when you take it apart, the pins, not the pins, the tabs that kind of interlock on the sides, really, it's not just a plunge lock in the pivot, you know. It is a real good locking mechanism with some strength built behind it. So it's nice that it's there. James Hoyt, Sam, Chris, Matt, what do you guys think about the Tack Knives Intruder? I picked up the cracked ice version and I really like it. Just surprised at how much, if I have not seen much in the way of YouTube reviews. So the Intruder was hot about, a year ago, I guess now, when it first came out. And there was a bunch of stuff. I know Lefty did one. I know I saw Neves had it on there. I'm pretty sure that Everyday City Carry did one on there. I like the knife. I do like the knife a lot. I think it is a cool knife. It is a fun knife to manipulate and fidget with and stuff like that. It's very, very comfortable in hand, and it's built well. I think it's a good, even though it's not a cheap knife, I think it's a good value for what you're getting on that knife. I don't think it's an overpriced knife for a premium build, if you will, is where I'm going with that. So it's a good pickup, Jim. I think that's solid, man.
What Sam said. You're up, Matt.
Yeah, I owned the Intruder back when like the hype, you know, when it first came out, and absolutely loved it. I think some the things that stood out to me that were unique was that I don't even know what they're calling it. It's not an orange peel. It's almost like a hammered finish on the scale. Yeah. And I don't know how he did that, but it's almost like it was hit with a little tiny ball peen hammer and it's smoothed out. I thought that was incredible. I thought that felt really, really good in hand. The ergonomics, the choke up position. I like that you could actually adjust the thumb studs and you could move them forward or backwards up, you know, within the thumb hole, you know, for people with larger, you know, like to get it exactly kind of where you want it. And something that, you know, it doesn't matter to a lot of people, but like the acoustics on that knife are really good. Like it's not a ting, but it had that really kind of metallic machinery kind of titanium sound, like that clangy sound in a good way. So those were like the things that stood out about it for me.
Yeah, it does sound good. And yeah, you know, Chris and I are like the acoustics of a knife. So
Me too.
if it's got that sound, if it's got, you know, and it doesn't have to be a ting, it could be a thwack,
Right.
it could be, you know, whatever it is. There's just
something unique
it sounds
sounding.
good. It
you know?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt, what's the I don't know how else to say it besides that you're doing some budget cuts, and it was surprisingly your favorite, and it looks like an Excalibur knockoff but smaller.
The outposter.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've not checked out one of those, but man, it looks just like, to me it looks like a miniature Excalibur.
It absolutely. I mean, somebody somewhere was taking design cues from the Excalibur.
Yeah.
For sure, because it's got the leaf-shaped blade, it's got the thumb hole, it's got the stud right behind the thumb hole. It's set up really just like the Excalibur is.
Yeah, the way the back of the handle trails off. I mean, everything about it.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah. And I think
I've never handled it.
Well, I think that's why I like it. You know, I mean, the difference being that they threw a top liner lock on it, right? That's really and the fact that you can get it for $70. So, you know, price point, the top liner lock, and then again, another company that does really good with these top liner locks or button locks or whatever, where when they goes home, it stays home and doesn't kind of clang back out.
Yeah.
That knife is special. And I found apparently it's like little shorter, stouter twin brother is the Glaucs. If you've ever tried,
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, so so the Outposter is kind of the stretched out long version, and then my wife won one of the, I think it's pronounced Glaucs. It's like Galux or something.
Yeah, I've got a Glaux or a Glaus. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I did a review on one with several Kaisers together. So yeah, that's a cool knife. That's a good knife.
Yeah, that one feels really good in the hand too if you want something a little more stout.
Yeah. Cult of Carry, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us tonight.
What's up, Jake? I think his name is Jake, I believe.
Dragoon, I knew the Xander would be a hit. I'm kicking myself for missing on that one, too. I think they're going to come out with more, man. I don't think that they're done with the drops.
No.
I'm telling you, this thing is one of those ones where you can, if they were a new company, this would be something that they can build a flagship off of. Like, this design is special. It really is. I'm hoping that they actually make an even more premium version of it. Not that there's anything wrong with aluminum handles, and I think this is this S35? Yeah, it's S35. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I would love to see them make like some real prettied up ones with some Damascus stuff on there and stuff like that, because this thing is just spectacular.
I don't know who asked that, but he hasn't missed it. There's 3 versions left.
Oh, Dragoon, there you go. Matt said that there's 3 versions left of the Xander, so you didn't miss it. Go get yourself one and use our link. That would help our channel, and we greatly appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
So let's see. Who else?
Check out Dragoon at 958.
950. Oh wow, I'm that freaking far behind. Holy smokes. See, this is what happens, Matt. You get to chatting, and then you let this get out of hand, and the next thing you know,
you can't forget that these streams are for them. You know, that's the hard part. It's like if they're not here, what's the point? It's just us 3 on a Zoom call. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're welcome, Jim. Yeah, and it does sound good, brother. 958. You said. I took your advice on the Burlo. Very happy with turnout. I'll send over a new render when I get it. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're doing with that, man. It's I think I like the direction you took it, and I think that there's you've got a lot of possibility with that design. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with it, man.
It's Sanders G 10 o'clock.
Yeah, one sec. Monster Hunter, you got to get out, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. You're always awesome in here, and you have a great night. And we will catch up on the next one, my friend.
Have a good one, bro.
Let's see. Xander is definitely on my list. If the growler wasn't dropping, would be getting it. Yeah, you know, man, that is.
Dude, the growler. Oh.
So first off, I've got Casey Spearon, who's been sending pictures in my chat like all day long of his growler, and it's like, oh, it's so good because he got like the acid wash version, so it just looks like, I love that look, and it looks so good. And I'm like, oh my god, you're tormenting me. It's like, I can't buy every damn knife that comes out, guys. I just can't do it. You're gonna get me divorced.
So. You know, I recently, last night I built a.
Hang on one second, Chris. Yes. Sorry, man. Titanium Justin, hello. Thank you.
Yo, what up, Titanium?
Brother. We appreciate you, my friend.
I really like Justin. He's a good dude.
To do some stone washing, and then I bought all the stuff that adds to it. So I'm gonna do a night through this weekend and see how that goes, because I love the look of stone washing. Yeah, I would like to experiment a little bit with those.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'd like to see how that comes out. I mean, I'm genuinely curious how it does. So there's a guy, and I can't remember who it is, but I watched him do a video where he basically took like a jug of something that was empty, and he like put a bunch of stone and media in it and put a blade in there and closed it up, and he just sat there for like 15 minutes talking to the camera while he shook. And I mean, it came out halfway decent. It looked pretty good. So did somebody take themselves off mute? I can hear myself echoing.
I hear it echoing real bad. I put mine on mute to see if it was me, but it kept up when you were talking.
I don't know if I haven't done anything. If it's coming for me,
maybe.
Nope. Gone. It's gone away. Yeah.
Okay. So that was weird. The growler's so good, but the win is still open on Kickstarter and might be the last knife purchase for the next few months. Yeah, man, but you got to pick and choose, right? I mean, you just like I just said, you can't keep up with it. You know, at the end of 2025, Chris and I did like our knives of the year, and we asked each other a bunch of questions. And one of the questions that Chris had asked me was something like, you know, what was one of the most surprising things about the year 2025 in the knife world? And I said it was just the sheer amount of drops, right? Like it felt like companies like Kaiser and Remet and Bostede were putting stuff out on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
KB was another one that was just slamming last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are you going to top that? And then 2026 hit, and I swear every knife company said, hold my beer. And like this year is just crazy. Like it's been insane. I mean, I can't keep up with it. So Faithful EDC, what's up, dude? Good to see you in here, my friend. Thank you for coming in and hanging out, buddy.
What's up, Faith?
Yeah, I can still hear echoing again. It's weird.
Yeah, you sound like you're about to talk about this being one of the greatest days of your life.
I can hear you echoing now.
Yeah, but Matt's not. It's crazy.
Matt, it's your fault.
You know, I'm being quiet because I feel like there's a little blame circle going on here.
You're the odd man out. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
It's our channel, dude.
Yeah, right. We can like totally kick you out, dude. Like,
hey, who wants to pay us to make fun of Matt?
Oh, where did Matt go? Oh no.
Okay. I see how it is. Yeah. Nice. Come on to the show. We'll beat you up a little bit.
Don't worry, man. I'm sure when you start doing lives, we're gonna probably get paid back for that.
Oh yeah.
So Matt, why knives? And was your wife into them before you were, or before you guys got together?
No. So why knives is interesting, and I think it kind of hard to like, I don't know, I can't pinpoint the exact moment, but I do know when it kind of did click for me, and I talk about that in one of my videos. But like going way further back than like when I wanted to kind of really start collecting seriously, my dad always had a knife. Always had a knife, and I've talked about him a few times in my videos. But he always had a buck 110. It was always strapped to his belt. He had the leather sheath. Tough man, just like iron worker. Marine, Vietnam veteran. Like, you can throw all these different categories into like a tough person, and this is like my dad.
Yeah.
And he always had a knife, and so of course I idolized my dad, and I always wanted a pocket knife, and he made me wait a long time. I talked to my buddies that were like raised in the South, and they're like, they gave us a damn knife when we were 5 years old. They're like, well, I did not get a knife when I was 5, but I think around 10, 11, I got my first pocket knife from him. And I don't remember what it was, but it was the kind where the blades kind of like fold out on each side. You got like a little one here and a big one. It's like a slip joint, but it kind of folded out. And that's when I started to love just having a pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just a normal pocket knife owner until way into my adult years. I always had a knife, but that was it. And it didn't matter if it was expensive. I got the Rat. I got the Rat 1. And that was kind of my first like slightly like better knife.
EDC knife, yeah.
Yeah, like my first everyday carry. And I was like, damn, this is kind of nice. Like everyone talked about how like it had G10 and D2. I was like, oh, what's D2,
Yeah.
And then that really kind of made me start to look towards improving it. And then I fell, of course, onto the PM2, the paramilitary 2. And that was like the moment that I figured out how to do a reverse flick and felt that action close and the compression lock and all that. I was like, that was kind of the moment where I knew I was going to have a problem.
So that was your gateway, right?
That was the gateway drug, 100%. And, because that has to be the gateway drug, right? Because who the hell is spending $180 on a pocket knife? Like that, to me, that was such a huge purchase. I remember
little did you know, man.
I know.
Right? TW Knives with the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Glad we're making you laugh. It's we're always trying to just have a good time, brother. So thank you for that. We certainly do appreciate it.
That was the wifey. Hi, babe. No, you're good.
She can join the channel too.
Yeah, she just got on the show. I'm gonna bring her on a video or two. We're gonna do some like show her collection, because on my state of the collection video that I just did, those were actually legitimately like my knives.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, she's got one. She doesn't. It's not as plentiful, but she collects kind of like just higher end stuff. She likes the really beautiful, really pretty stuff. Her collection is crazy, you guys. Like, it's really good, really good. So I want to show her collection, but I kind of want I want her to do it. She's too shy to, I think, speak on camera, so I'll narrate it, but I want it to be her hands and stuff, because it's her collection. Like, she deserves to show folks.
No, absolutely,
absolutely,
for sure.
Way back earlier, Fred asked us if we had our hands in church.
I really should, man. I cut myself again today, so I probably really should get my hands insured at this point, because they are my working tools after all.
Yeah.
But I did see somebody in here was talking about let's see. So Chuck It, what's up? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Prince Protean Knife of the Year for you. Yeah, man. So I
Definitely
got a
up there.
Skelly Protean, which you did too. I picked that up in Texas, and it's it's a killer knife, man. It's so good. And then got a Protean, a Mojave, and a Rosie XL. Yeah, you're broke AF as for sure, man. That is an epic haul grab for the year. That's that's big money. So for sure.
Yeah.
But all really, really, really good knives. So Dad says it was an old timer.
Oh, that's my mom.
That's funny.
Okay, so that first pocket knife was an old timer that he got me.
Make fun of Matt's sticker hat.
You guys don't like? So I've been doing this since I was in like junior high.
You leave the sticker on?
I always leave the sticker on, boys.
Okay, I got you.
I always leave the sticker on, boys.
That's funny.
You know?
Ramses, appreciate the $2 super chat, brother. You're the best, man. Thank you for everything, always.
I'm gonna,
hilarious.
But he paid us to make fun of him, so I'm gonna say that Matt only buys it, wears it one time, takes it back to the store. That's why I leave the sticker on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he needs to get his money back so he never takes the tag off.
Hey, these hats are expensive, dude. You know? And I wanted to match the thumbnail today, so I grabbed the gray one. But yeah, I mean, I think I only got a day or two to bring it back to the store, so I got to make sure it looks nice.
Do you only wear your shoes on the inside of the house too, so you can take pictures with them like Ray at Everyday City Carry does? He's only got pretty shoes.
Okay, guys. Okay. Hey, it was a lot of play. Hey, I had a lot of fun today.
Oh, bye, Matt. Oh
man, hey, I've been on a lot of your lives, and it's never been dump on the guest, theme. But it's okay. I'm here for it.
Well, now you're one of the guys.
Look, we're just testing out the new punching bag. We just want to see how it works.
I knew when Trish went in, that was it. Trish is the ringleader, dude. When she goes in on you, the rest of the soldiers are gonna follow suit. So that's okay. Yes. Thanks a lot, Trish. Appreciate it. I had purple here for you and everything.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's hilarious. So, chuck it. Here you go.
Oh, is that your Protean? Ooh, Skelly. Nice.
Yep, Skelly Protean in Warney. So yeah, this thing is absolutely spectacular knife. I was literally like haunting Princeton and Mimi at the table before the show even opened, and I was like, all right, let's just put this one aside for me. I really want this one. And so yeah, this is really, really cool knife. But it takes a little while to break in, I'll tell you that. What you got there? You got the
this is the Tonto.
Nice.
With the I think it's a radial milling.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, but really, really cool. I mean, yeah, anybody that says like Protean is my top or one of the top or what, like you can't argue with it. Like, there's no negatives to the knife other than if maybe you just don't like the size.
Every blade show, they walk away with some sort of award.
Yes.
Right. Tactical Folder of the Year in Texas. Yep. Best EDC in Atlanta.
Yep.
Knife of the Year last year. I mean, dude,
they're crazy, dude.
That isn't a mistake, right?
No.
Winning one award is lucky. Winning them repeatedly is consistent delivery of a quality product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Let's see here. I did see John in here, right? Wheezy, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight, brother. Yeah. Yeah, the Protean's a great knife, man. It's a really, really good knife.
Well, and it's lengthwise not really where I would normally buy a knife, but the way that they've designed it and the handle and how it kind of fills out, how it fills out the hand. You can have really big hands and still have a Protean and feel like you're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, I got big meat paws, and I mean, for sure. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like you're carrying something that's undersized at all.
Yeah, for sure. And Chuck, you're right. The detent ramp is steep. What you have to do is polish the detent ramp and the track on them, and if you do that and then polish the brass on the bearings, I don't know why I couldn't come up with the word. They will it'll smooth out for sure. So it just takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. Once you
is he talking about on the Protean?
Yeah. Ramsey's the thing. Goodbye too.
Yeah, Ramses, thanks for all you do, brother. Appreciate you very, very much.
Yeah, Ramsey, you're a
and
legend.
I will
dude.
get your information over to Chris and make sure that he has that so that he can get you your stuff.
Yep, I'll get it in the mail tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely do that. Polish all that stuff. So Rob's Nerdy Knives actually did a whole sector on how he did his, and I actually really like what he did with his in polishing everything. It made it like they have in that show. Glass, very, very. Otherwise, it's a ton of time to break them. I mean, they're well made, but they do take a lot of time to break.
Sam, you're breaking up really bad. Try to change your mic out.
Really?
Yeah, Rob tunes his knives so well. Like I've bought a couple of his knives that he sold, and every time I've gotten one from him, they're so dialed perfectly. Like he definitely pays attention to the details on when he's getting his knives all souped up.
Yeah.
Is that any better, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah, completely.
Okay.
And it seems like the echo's gone. That might have been the dying battery causing it.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. All right. Right on. Cool. Mama Loot, thank you for coming in and hanging out. We appreciate you very, very much. You have a great night. We appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us all the time. You're the best.
Well, nope, there's still a slight echo.
Well, then it's Matt's fault.
What the hell?
The only guy who isn't echoey, it's got to be you.
Damn it.
Loki.
Okay, how about this? Hey, how about we flip the script a little bit? Can I ask you guys some questions?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Good to see you, Loki. Thanks for coming in, man. James White, what's up, dude? Gunmetal James. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, fire away, brother.
So, how did you guys end up working together? Like, how long have you known each other? Like, what's the backstory between Wyvern and Kodiak?
Oh wow, there's a lot to unpack in that.
Maybe
so
the Cliff's notes, I guess.
Yeah, so Chris knows my wife really well. They worked together a long time ago. I mean, he's known my wife longer than I've known my wife.
Oh, okay.
And when we were dating, Chris was married, and she basically wanted to introduce me to her infamous friend CJ. And we were in the same industry together. We're both telecommunications engineering. So it was like we would have something to talk about right out of the gate. So we went to dinner and met, and Chris and I instantaneously hit it off. And it just became like a very natural friendship there. And we didn't see each other for a long time because I lived in New Jersey at the time. He lived in Indiana at the time. But when my wife and I decided to move to Indiana, my wife instantaneously was like, got to set you up on a play date with Chris because, you don't know anybody. And little did she know what she was getting herself into with that one.
Wow.
So yeah,
cool.
that's the backstory of how we met.
They talk more than 14-year-old girls.
And folks, that was the Lady Wyvern. Did you see that?
Perfectly timed. Perfectly timed.
Yeah. Like on cue.
So then how old is the channel? Like, when did you guys start doing this part of it?
About a year ago.
Only a year old.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, we went to Blade Show last year with the idea. We had a 3D print of the Gracchus and a blueprint and a production plan, and we walked around and showed it to anybody who would look at it. And then everybody told us we needed to have social media presence. And Sam and I were both like, damn. We don't want to, but we have to.
Yeah.
And then that's where it started. And and Sam has really embraced it. I think that's a really big part of it. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah, she totally did too, dude. I'm telling you. So Chris, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna unplug my mic. I just want to see whether or not my mic.
Yeah. And so Chuck it. I'm in Fishers and Sam's in New Pal. Isn't our settings in Streamlab or StreamYard?
Nope, it is. It's definitely not mic. on my. I unplugged my mic.
It's
still going.
It's way worse now.
This weird. All right. Well, we'll roll with this for a couple more minutes and see. If not, we may have to call this early because this is very terrible. But
I'm the kiss of death, man.
Nah.
Matt's really some evil IT guy.
Hey, if you guys want to end your streams early, I'm available.
There you go. Yeah. So with Chris and I, as far as that goes, yeah, that's the reason why, that's how long we've been around as far as the channel goes.
Okay.
As far as the knife stuff, I mean, I'm kind of in a similar backstory to you in a way, right? I mean, my father's a big hunter, and he always carried a buck 110. And, as a kid, when I started hunting with him, that was the knife that he bought me was pretty much the same thing, brass bolsters, the whole ordeal. I mean, it was the buck 110. It was reliable. And so, I've always liked knives, but yeah, that was that.
Do you remember the one that kind of like mine was the PM2? I think Chris's was the PM2 as well, as far as like the one that really was like your gateway drug. Do you remember one specific one that stood out for you?
Well, my first high-end knife, we call it high-end knife, was a Benchmade bug out. Was like a good Benchmade bug out, M390, all that. But the one that really got me was the Kunwu Padre.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
That was like my first knife with like a real detent on it. Like, when you deployed it, that thing, smacked open. And I mean, that was a different creature. Chris and I instantaneously, we were like, we like detent balls. Like, this is good.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can see some Padre influence on your guys' Gracchus, actually.
That was a big influence. I mean, looking at that, I wanted to do something along those lines, but I didn't want to make it,
Well, it's fair. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I just mean some stylistic, references.
Sure, but I do see, like, when you pay attention to comments, right? And when you did the review on the Gracchus, like, I watched your comments only because I really wanted people, like, when people asked questions or said something, I wanted to be able to respond.
Sure.
Well, when Neves did it, there were a couple of people that were like, this thing looks just like a Kunwu. And I was like, all right, slow down, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. It's influenced by a Kunwu a little bit. Right. But this doesn't look anything like that.
No. And here's the thing that everyone needs to understand. There are only so many freaking ways you can make a knife. Like, there's, unless you come out with a knife that is just, looks like a banana hook and it's all completely weird and then nobody likes it. Like, there's only so many blade shapes that are still going to afford, utility and functionality and still look good and still work well. So, but no, you guys actually, with as saturated as this market is, you guys did a good job actually coming out with a knife that looks like a complete original. Like, there's nothing out there that looks like the Gracchus to me. But I can see, but with any knife, if you really hone in, you can see, oh, this has a very similar belly to this, or this has a very similar, tip, whatever. Like, you can see the similarities because, there's only a certain amount of ways to skin a cat. But the Gracchus, to me, is one of the more unique knives that's come out in quite some time.
Yeah, and there's definitely influence there, but it's not,
No, it doesn't
and I get
look
it,
like
right? Damascus pivot collars is a Kunwu thing. Yeah, and that was kind of my nod for Kunwu, right? That was its own way. But if you look at the pivot collars, they don't look like those pivot collars, right? They have ramped pivot collars. These ones are flat flush ones. So
yeah,
I don't want to be the same. I just want to say, hey, hats off. You had a reason and so a reason why I'm doing this.
You're also going to get that, you guys, because it's your first knife. And,
of course.
like the Holt that I just held up, both of the Holts had Damascus pivot collars, right? And no one's going to question that. No one's going to say, oh, you're copying Kumu. So sometimes it's a little bit of like lack of legacy where people are going to question everything you do and think that you're copying stuff. But
Yeah.
after you get a couple knives under your belt, you'll have a kind of a calling card and a look, and then the guys behind you that are coming up, they're gonna say, "Oh, that you guys are just trying to copy Wyvern Kodiak," you know. So it's just you're suffering a little bit, I think, of the brand new knife on the scene stuff. But no, I think it's very unique.
And look, I think copying is the greatest form of flattery in its own
Absolutely.
right. And if somebody wants to take something of ours and use it in its own right, I'm not going to get upset about it. Obviously, I don't want you to do it, line for line. But if you take something similar about it, I think I'd be completely okay with that.
And that's how you want to handle it. Because so, for instance, Chris had brought up the Outposter. Well, guess who reviewed that knife and absolutely loved it? Metal. He loved it. He's like, he's like, I'm reviewing this because Metal gets these knives way before anybody does. And he did his, I think, like a month or two before the damn thing launched. And so by the time the review came out, he does a good job of, I think, in his head communicating like, hey, you're going to see this, but I'm actually reviewing this like way before, but you're seeing it now type of thing. And he's like, I know people are going to jump on Kaiser for this knife saying that it's a knockoff or whatever. He's like, same thing you said. He's like, it's a form of flattery. He's like, I love this knife because these are the things that I took from other knives to make the Excalibur. He's like, so it's not and he said the same thing. He's like, there's only so many ways you can do a knife. And I love this knife. And the fact that they threw a top liner lock and blah, blah, blah. His review of the Outposter was phenomenal. He loved it. And the fact that when it's all said and done, it's for $70, like, why not? So it is the biggest form of flattery, and there's nothing wrong with it until it gets blatant, which we have seen on some stuff. It's pretty bad. But most of the knives that I see similarities with, I don't think there's no ill will intended.
No, I don't think there is. And to be honest with you, I mean, like, have you ever handled what is it? Aurora knife and tool. What is it called? The Hive Mind?
No.
No?
No.
So the Hive Mind, if you meet Michael, he's the guy that runs Aurora Knife and Tool.
Okay.
Super, super crazy wild guy. Love the guy. He's a lot of fun. Really cool personality. But he pulls out a sheath, and it's like 250 knives. And he's like, I basically took all of these knives and made one knife out of them.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's like, that's just something that's done.
It's inspiration. I mean, we all collect these things. We evaluate these things. We review the damn things. There's stuff that's going to just stick in our brains, and then we use them, right? Like, we know what feels like if I came out with a knife design, I'm almost 100% sure that I'd have some form of that diamond knurling. Like, this is the Kunwu Chad.
Mm-hmm.
And Kunwu does this on like all their knives, and I love it. I love the texture in that diamond knurling feel. Yeah, exactly. And I would not feel bad about doing it. I mean, Cole put it on his Tri-Stash, and I love it. And Metal put it on his Excalibur, and it's just that's something that I would go with. But I'm only gonna go like if I hadn't experienced those knives, I would. When we're going to design it, I wouldn't be able to say, well, I want diamond knurling and I want it like this and like that because I hadn't experienced it, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just come up with stuff out of thin air. You got to get your inspiration somewhere.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, you're right on that for sure. Lion Not a Sheep, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us tonight for a little while.
He shot us a super chat. See that?
Live from the Lair. So good to see everyone. Good to see you too, Lion Not a Sheep. We appreciate you coming in and hanging out, and we appreciate the $2 super chat, my friend. You're awesome.
Yeah. Why Not Knives suggests that I might have two mics running. No, I've deleted about everything on my side. I've only got one working.
See, I recognize all these guys, man. T-Dub, what's up, T-Dub? On the Edge. He's in all of them. A lot of we definitely have like a crew that we kind of roll with each other. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some regulars in here for sure.
Yeah.
That are around the community constantly, and it's great that they're there, because these are the folks that are like the bread and butter of this community that stands everybody up, right? So it's pretty cool.
And and talk about, so I never miss a chance to try to talk about this community, period, because there is something unique about the knife community. And I say that because I'm even though I'm in Southern California, I'm a gun owner. Not like crazy on the rabbit hole gun owner. I own about 3 firearms, but I love going to the range. I love shooting. It's harder to get through a lot of the red tape out here, but you can still own guns, just so you guys know. But as I'm going down that path, I got myself a Walther PDP and like really started to look into like different lasers and sights and all this stuff. And the gun community, how do I put this? There's such a higher level of pretentiousness with gun guys than there ever was with. And again, if you own a gun out there, I'm not saying you're a bad person or anything, but the community felt like it was much more of a boys club, and there was much more barrier to entry. And if you didn't know everything about everything, it didn't feel like it was a very accepting community when it came to firearms. The knife community was nothing like that. Like, everyone is just like, oh yeah, you're going to start a channel. Let me help you out. Oh yeah, don't worry about not knowing what that is. I'll teach you. Let me show you how this works and blah, blah, blah. This is how these are created. Like, so supportive, so nice, so welcoming, that I think that was one of the main reasons that I did an EDC channel, and specifically knives, because this community was just incredible. Like, they're just a bunch of really, really nice people.
Yeah, and that's a good point. When Sam and I first started hanging out a lot, we would meet at the gun range a fair amount, and that's how we really started spending our time. And he was one of those guys that you have to know everything about guns or you're a moron.
Hey, so there we go. Maybe we should get some super chats going. Sam, I don't think Sam wasn't picking up on it that whole day. He was like, yeah. And he's like, wait a second. Is he talking about me?
Yep.
Well played, Chris.
Yep. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I got you, pal.
So you're that gun guy, huh, Sam?
Yeah. You should see the safe that's right behind him right now.
Yeah, Hi, my name is Sam, and I have a problem.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
yeah, my safe is so big that I can quite literally stand inside of it.
Oh my God. Well, do you have a lot of rifles, or is it just? I mean,
both,
just everything.
Yeah.
So you are basically the husband and wife from the movie Tremors. You remember them?
Yeah.
When the Tremor breaks into their basement and they have all those guns down. I'm showing how old I am here, but.
And just so you know, my wife does. My wife is a shooter. She likes to go to the range and stuff like that. And
that's fun.
She is phenomenal. Like, she is probably way better at shooting than I am.
Wow.
It's just she's
good for her.
She's really, really good.
She's a natural born killer.
Hey man,
she's a natural born killer. I tell everybody that I keep hers on the top shelf in my room so that I can hear her dragging the chair across the floor, and at least I have a chance to run.
Yeah. No, man, I love that. It's when your wife gets into something that you're also into, and then turns out to be even better at it or whatever. Like, that's sexy, man. I think that's cool.
Dude, I love, like, that's date night for us sometimes, right? We'll go to the range,
cool,
and that's a fun time, man.
That's a hell of a lot more fun. It's a hell of a lot more fun to go shooting with your wife than movie night or whatever. For
sure. On the Edge, I've told you before, I definitely got to get with you on our stickers. I do want to get some stickers through you. If anybody needs stickers, though, check out On the Edge EDC. Make sure that you give them a shout. We want to make sure that we're giving back to the community. If they're going to help us, we got to help them. So let's give business to where the business is supposed to be, which is keeping it in house here. So let's help out On the Edge. If you want stickers, check out his stuff for sure.
Yeah. Hey, On the Edge, I'll say this publicly, and this is recorded. I will reach out to you because I haven't had anyone make my stickers yet, and so I will go through you.
Awesome. There you go. So
yeah.
well, you'll have some business coming your way for sure, man.
Yep.
It's going to be.
He's been pretty open that he's got health problems and he's trying to pay some bills and not working a lot right now. So that's where the urgency is. So if anybody's thinking about doing it soon, there's your guy.
I'll reach out. Hey, On the Edge, I'll reach out. If not tonight, but within the next day or so, and we'll work on an order.
Let's see. 20 years and literally been through hell. Yeah, dude, I give nobody flack for anything that they want to shoot, carry, or whatever, man. Like if it works for you, it works for you, right? I think that is something that is very subjective and personal,
Yeah,
it does.
There's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with a Taurus, man. The only thing. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Sam.
No, you're good, man.
The only thing that I would ever be negative towards is someone not handling their firearm properly, right?
For sure.
That's the only time that it pisses me off.
Be responsible, be safe.
Yeah. And that's that'd be the only time where someone would be like, "Wow, that guy's a dick." It'd be like the only reason I'd be a dick is because you're not handling your firearm properly. But if you don't know something, I love when people ask, "Hey, how should I enter the range? How should I place my gun down?" Like, ask, because then it's like, okay, you care about not shooting someone. I'm not going to be a dick about it. Let's teach this person. It's the guys that come in and they're loading their shit, they're chambering around, they're setting it down on the table in front of them, facing down the line. And you see this stuff. And that's the only time that I would ever really, I think, jump somebody's bones is because of that. And, otherwise, man, I think just try to help people,
Yeah. I mean, look, as far as like stuff goes, right? I mean, it's a very personal thing, and also like knives, right? Budgets matter, right? There are $400 firearms. There's $4,000 firearms.
Yeah.
And not everybody can afford the expensive ones.
The staccatos of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I have a Wilson Combat, and that
you would, Sam, because Chris already told us the type of guy you are, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, my carry is an M&P Shield 45.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. And it was like 400 and something bucks, right? So it's
a great rifle or handgun.
Yeah, and that's it, right? It's a wonderful gun. I shoot it well. Nothing crazy, nothing flashy about that one. It just works, right? So I don't knock anybody for what they do. I would say this: if there was one thing I would say is I would rather see people spend their money on something of decent quality and not like what is that called? High point. Like those things are just nightmares.
They appear to be unsafe to me.
Well, exactly.
That's exactly it.
Try to spend at least to a level of good manufacturing for from a safety perspective, because if you save an extra $100 or $150,
J1 knows.
On a handgun that's unsafe, then you might save the money, but you're putting yourself in a tough spot.
Yeah, for sure, dude. A P320 SIG is a fantastic weapon, and absolute wonderful. It's no knock on that, and at all levels, right? I mean, you can get in on the base level of that weapon and still have a fantastic running firearm. So
I've got the
Now,
Legion.
how the heck did we get into firearm discussions? By the way, I mean, we were a knife channel.
Oh, you know what? It was my fault because I was talking about how people like you, Sam, tend to be a little pretentious and they kind of they look down on other folks. You know that you know.
Oh,
that don't...
Matt, bye, Matt, bye.
So
man, that kick button is being abused here, sir.
That shit talking, and I have the power. Remember, sir.
Man, don't mess with the man with the button, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of Kanick fans. It appears too. I enjoy Kanick, and somebody said, I think it was Chris B said that he thought that P320 sucked, and that's where the others come in. And I've got a Kanick that I love. I've got a P320 that I love.
We're also getting shit for talking smack on High Point because there's a couple of guys in here that are saying, "Hey guys, I've put thousands of rounds through my High Point and it's fine." So, you know.
And look, if it's working for you, it's working for you, right?
Yeah,
but
if it's working and it's safe, then you know, by all means.
Lots of dudes use this too. So
yeah, I'm not knocking a High Point for its price point. Yeah. Let me be clear on that. Okay, as I said before, I don't care how much you spend on your firearm. My point is just, is it a safe firearm? And when you're watching reviews where almost right out of the gate you're having misfires on the first magazine run, that is concerning, right? And so that's really what I was going after. Chris, who was the guy that you used to watch all the time on YouTube? Is it Honest Outlaw?
The Honest Outlaw.
Yeah, I still watch him. He's great.
Yeah.
That dude had like misfire after misfire after misfire on that thing, and I was just like, good Lord, dude! Like, I think I'd be frustrated. 3 mags in, and you're having a minimum of 2 misfires per mag. Like that has to go back to the manufacturer. That has to go somewhere.
Yeah, and you know it's like knives too, though. You know, you can get a dud. You know,
sure.
until it starts popping up all over the place. Like sometimes, you know, it's a bad knife. Just like sometimes it's a bad model. Like I mean, SIG is still trying to dig out of the, you know, the misfire. You know, and when the drop tests, when they kept failing all the drop tests and they kept discharging, SIG's still trying to get out of that stigma. And so yeah, it's just, you know, one bad model comes out and that manufacturing flaw is not fixed quickly, and it can really set you back as a brand.
You know, I tried to fail mine after some of that came out.
Yeah.
And again, I wasn't dropping it, but I was trying to hit the back of it and trying to get that jarring going. While at a range, and you know, just hitting the back.
Nothing, right?
I couldn't get it. Yeah, it seemed to be fine.
And I think that's something we always have to kind of take with a grain of salt. Is that nowadays in the, you know, in our world of social media, you can make a brand look really bad because depending on, you know, your reach. Yeah. And if you get a bad whatever from whatever knife, whatever gun from whatever brand, and it doesn't perform well, but you've got 1 million subscribers, it's like, you know, all of a sudden people are just going to think that that's it. Like that's how those guns perform. And so you got to be very responsible with what you put out there.
Yeah.
Words are power.
Yeah. Agreed. And, you know, with you know, my P320, it's not like I carry that. It's enormous, right? So
yeah,
it goes in a case, unloaded, into the range. It comes out of the range. It's, you know, I load it.
Was it the P320 that was having all the discharge?
Yeah, but it was is it the M4? Is that their P3? Is that the military equivalent?
It was the M17 and the M18 version of it. So it was the military or the civilian version of the military version of it. But Chris has the Legion, the X5 Legion version.
Oh, I love the Legion. The Legion is so good.
So
I love that gun.
You know, that's why his is too big to carry, because he doesn't have a standard P320. He has the he has the comp version of it.
Oh, dude, that's such a sweet piece, dude.
That was my first SIG, but I bought it because Sam has a 226 that's amazing. That's my favorite gun I've ever shot. And
yeah,
and you know, and again, we've shot, you know, Sam's had staccatos, Wilson combats. You know, my carries a Beretta. You know, I've shot plenty of really nice ones, but I've never shot anything that is near as good as his 226.
So I was going to get your exact, except I can't get comps out here for whatever reason. Compensators are illegal in California, but I was going to get your Legion X5 after shooting it at the range. They actually had one, so I was able to and I loved it. And I ended up going with the Walther PDP match, you know, with the full size, and that is just, to me, it's just perfect in every way. Like, I just really love that Walther. But it came down between those two guns, and it was.
Hey Matt, have you shot the Q5 match?
No, I've not. I don't think so.
Walther has the Q5 match, and
okay.
I shot one at
is it a steel frame or a polymer frame?
It is a steel. Well, I think they actually do two different versions.
They do both. Okay, they do both on mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, they are a steel frame. The one that I shot was a steel frame comp version, and it was absolutely insane flat shooter.
Yeah.
And it was one of those ones where it was like the muscle memory automatically happens, where as soon as the recoil hits, you're right back on target, and it's like scary good.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure, I don't know, I hope we're not boring the chat with all the gun talk, but yeah, man, the Walthers are something. I swapped out my guide rod and spring to kind of, because it does have a little bit of a kick. The Walthers are kind of known for having a little more kick than usual. Mm-hmm. And once I swapped that out, I mean, it's butter, dude. Like, it's just, like you said, everything, you're back on site, you're back on target without any effort. So
yeah, you know, it's I buy the Turkish knockoff of the Waltrops. So, you know, the Canics are
dude, Canics are freaking rad. Yeah.
But yeah, but they're just the Waltrops. That's all it is. Like it I'm not going to say they copied the design, but it sure looks like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Again, we're going with it's the same circle, right? Yeah. You'll start to see design cues pop up on certain iterations, and then it's like, oh man, you guys just took the handle off a Glock and blah blah blah, or you guys just did this, and so
when
magazines you're just gonna get that.
When magazines are interchangeable, you start to question things.
Well, that is that is a little bit of another level there.
Yeah,
but they have some of those too, right? I mean, what is it? Is it a car or something like that? Uses Glock mags? Like there is a knockoff Glock. And I was like, well, Glocks aren't that expensive. How the hell are you knocking off a Glock?
Yeah, no kidding.
I swear, I might be talking completely off the cuff here. I swear someone said that a Glock mag would work with a Walther. But I could be completely off. I could be off on that.
Okay. New to me.
But it wouldn't surprise me if the Canics are interchangeable with the Waltrops.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, hey, okay, so I did this exercise with my wife, since she's an avid collector, and she's the only other one I can have these types of conversations with. And I went, because her office is inside. I got kicked out into the garage. So, I sweat my you-know-what's off all day unless I'm working my other job. And I went inside because I just seen this on YouTube, and I said, all right, honey, I'm like, you got 30 seconds, gun to your head. You can only keep one knife in your whole collection. What is it? And she gets up and she's like, what are you talking about? What? And I'm like, 29 seconds, 28 seconds, right? So we're having fun with it. So she runs around, she looks through all of her case and everything. And when it was all said and done, she actually grabbed her Koenig Arius. And I'm like, damn, really? I'm like, your Koenig Arius, like she's got, NCCs, what's the Ragnaroks, and she's, there's a lot of knives I thought she would have picked, and she grabbed her Koenig Arius. So you're not going to be able to do this, but we can try because it's really hard. But if I did this to you, Sam, and you had 30 seconds, gun to your head, what knife are you keeping, dude? Oh, he already knows. He already knows.
That's not a challenge.
Oh, he already knows. Oh, the Blaurock. Oh, nice.
I've got 2 of them, and yes, this is my absolute favorite knife in my collection.
That
and keep in mind
so sick.
that I have Hog House, I have an Arius.
Yeah,
Actually, I have a Osseous Arius.
Oh, right on. That's crazy. What's the Blaurock model called? Like a B4 or something?
BRB.
BRB.
BRB4, and this
BRB4.
I have the XLs.
Yeah, dude.
So,
do they even, can you even get those right now unless you go to the secondary? You can't,
no.
huh? Yeah.
No, they when he drops them, they're gone literally in 10 seconds.
Instantly. Yeah. God, those are so nice. Are those the exact same iteration, or is one a little bit different?
No, this one's style 6. This one is style 4.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
he got that, and then I have a BRB 6 Skelly reserved, and I have a BRB 4 fixed blade that's going to come with it. So
very cool.
I'm a huge Blaurock fan, and I've had these ordered, put on back order, and everything else. And then you said
awesome.
you were talking about the Arius. So at Blade Show.
Oh, was that recently?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's like my wife's dream Arius, that one right there. The Skelly, the DLC. Yep.
Yeah, this is the one that they had the Blade Show exclusive.
Oh, it's so good. That's so sick. That's so sick.
This was that one, and then we were talking about other ones, and then
the Veli. Yeah, the Veli's in my top 3.
Yeah,
it's in my top 3. Yeah.
This was one of my other Blade Show grabs. Like I said, I spent about $5,000 in the first 20 minutes.
It looks like it. Yeah, man, you were tapped out in the first 30.
Yeah.
Before I opened the doors.
But remember, it's gun to head, okay? You knife guys always try to do this. I tell you to pick one. You show me 2 iterations of that one. Then you got to flex. You got to show me the Arius. Then you got to show me the Valley.
Dude, the one version. Okay, version 6. Okay, right here. If I had to walk away with only one, this is the knife.
I love that. All right, Chris, you're up.
Mine's easy. I don't even have another one to show you. There's a Gerber lockback.
Look at that. Mirror polished.
Well, this was the knife my dad carried when I was a kid. Like he did everything.
That's dope.
He did everything with this. He was, when I was a kid, he ran a printing press, and so he was using it to cut open boxes and banding and stuff like that. It went fishing, it made sandwiches, it field dressing. Yeah. I polished it back up to try to get it, fairly nice. And getting hair out of the inside of this thing was tough. The fur out of the inside because, you just wipe it off and put it back in and go make a sandwich with it. He was an animal. So, but that's it. If he gave $10 for this knife, I would be absolutely stunned. But it means a lot more to me than anything I've ever purchased.
I love that.
Hey, Matt, I don't want to beat you up because I'm really not picking on you. But what I've actually noticed is you are actually the reason for the echo. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because when Chris was talking, I actually muted you on purpose.
I saw that. I just thought you were being mean.
No, I'm actually was just testing it out. And for whatever, I don't know if it's a microphone thing or something, but it's actually, the echo is actually coming from you.
Do you have a computer and a phone working?
Just my phone, and then my mic that I'm using is right here. So maybe the volume from my phone is like reverberating into my microphone.
That's possible. That is possible.
So I'll turn you guys down a little bit. I had you really loud so I could hear you well. So I'll turn you down a little bit.
Either that, or if you want, because usually the phone will pick up enough on there, your sound, like your audio quality will be a little less than it is now. But if you pull your mic, it may work, because I've actually had to do that as a guest on other channels sometimes.
Okay, I'll do it right
now. He disconnected himself. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like, forget you guys.
I don't think he meant to do that, but when he hops back in, we'll add him back in. So that's that was pretty funny.
Well, in my head, I eliminated him because it sounded great when he was talking, but now that makes sense because it wasn't picking up and coming back through.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. And guess what? No echo.
Okay. Hey, that's good. Now I know. I can just go right through the phone mic. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, you're actually loud and clear. Can hear you just fine. So
that's great. Okay.
Awesome. So that cleaned that up. All right. Yeah. So what I was noticing, I was looking at the EQ on the bottom, and when Chris was talking, yours was lighting up.
And so there you go.
Yeah, that's what made me decide to try and mute you. I was just like, maybe I'll give it a shot. And yeah, that's exactly what it was. So cool.
Nice.
You see, and you were getting all mad because we were breaking your balls, and the whole time it was your damn fault anyway.
Yeah. So Matt, what's the one you run out of the house with?
Well, okay. So the one I run out of the house with would probably be different than the gun to the head one. So the one that it's probably not fair because I haven't had it as long, but the one that it's always in my pocket is my Les George VECP. I love it. It's it's not $1,000 plus knife, and there's just something about it that's just very basic. The action's perfect. It's like it hits a good EDC / super capable kind of balance for me.
It's not overbuilt, but it's
like right there. Yeah. It's almost overbuilt, So I've just been, and I don't know, maybe it's a honeymoon stage because I've only had it for like a month and a half, right? So I can't say that that's the one that I've bonded long term with or whatever. The one that I would like where it's like gun to your head, you can only keep one, is probably my Tom Mayo custom. And the reason for that is because it was a very strange situation where I reached out to Tom Mayo himself and like via email, like because I'm thinking, legends in the game like that, first of all, their books are all turned off by now. Like no one's really, open books is not really even a thing anymore. And if they did have their books open, they've got these like multiple years of waiting lists. So unless you're ready to buy something on a secondary for a Tom Mayo, I thought there's no way, right? So I don't know if I caught him in the transition because he was like, I think he got out of the game for a little while and maybe was coming back into the game. I don't know. I don't want to misspeak, but I saw him on Instagram. He was on Foster SoCal's Instagram, and I believe Foster SoCal kind of like was a little bit of a protege of Tom Mayo. And so I saw him go on there and he was like, "Hey man, good job, Grasshopper." Like he was giving some love to Foster. And I'm like, dude, that's Tom Mayo. Like that's actually him. So I stalked him down in the IG comment, and I found that he had a little page, and on his page he had a email address, and I just randomly shot him an email, and I was like, "Hey Tom, I know this is a shot in the dark. I love your large covert. I've always loved it. They're so sick to me. Do you have any available? How long would I need to wait? Is it even possible?" And I was not expecting a reply. And within an hour, I got not only a reply from him, but the reply literally was like, "I don't, but do you want me to make you one?"
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, holy, like that's like winning the lottery, right?
Yeah.
So he starts telling me, he's like, I use 6K steel, and I'm Googling the shit out of this stuff. Like, I don't know what the hell half the materials are he's using and his processes and all this stuff. And he's like, "Do you want a Tonto? Do you want this?" So I chose he didn't say, "Do you want a Tonto?" I asked for one, but he let me literally pick all this stuff. He's like, how do you want the holes in the scales to be? And I'm like, I don't know, Tom. Like, I have no, just surprise me, man. Like you're the guy, right? So
you're the gourmet around here, Eddie.
Right. So that was like a very special situation. If you took the Tom out of, like, if that never transpired, I'm probably going with something like my Veli. There's the Veli's so good.
Yeah.
I'd have a hard time parting with that. But since I was able to get one that had a little, like your story, Chris, that's a knife with a soul, right? Like, like you're gonna get rid of any of the other ones because that one has like a little bit of your dad's soul in it. Like you're not gonna ever give that one up.
Yeah.
But
I did a video on it when we first started our channel of what knives I'd start over with, and that was one of mine, or what my favorite ones were.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I do a little outline before I do anything, right? And just try to get my ideas together, because otherwise,
of course,
PhD, I would never quit talking. Sam just picks up the knife, starts going, right? And for me, it's like, well, how does it make me feel? What did I connect with when I touch this? What would I use it for? How?
Yes.
Where would I find it to be superior or inferior? Is there anything about this that's unique? Anyway, so I go through all my thought process, and I was jotting it out. And the one thing that hit me is, I give my dad a ton of credit. I joke with him to say I didn't have the greatest dad in the world, but I had the best big brother who's ever lived. My dad was 16 when I was born.
Oh, shit.
And he came from a broken home. And statistically, I shouldn't know who that guy is, let alone be as close with him as
the fact that he stuck around at that age is awesome.
Yeah, and he never left my side. There was never a day in my life that I ever, questioned whether I was loved. And
that's awesome.
So he was trying to figure out life while trying to teach me how to figure out life. And the one thing that I stumbled upon that I said out loud when I was doing the knife is that, he made a commitment when he was 16 years. He made a lifelong commitment to never leave my life, at 16 years old, and he fell through with that. And then the flip side of that is it made me think that, when life's tough and I want to quit on things or walk away from something or give up, that, that's a flashback of, I come from a different cut of cloth. My dad didn't give up. I'm not going to give up either. Right. And regardless of what it is in life.
You're giving me goosebumps here, Chris.
Yeah. So
that's beautiful, man.
That's some deep stuff right there. So Chris doesn't do a lot of content, but I can tell you that like his content is meaningful content.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
I love that.
He thinks deeper. Me, I'm like, here's a knife. This is what it does. This is all the good stuff about it. I like this. I don't like that. Move on. This is the price. And Chris is like, let me tell you about this knife. Let me tell you why I chose this knife. Let me tell you what made this touch my soul. He has a whole thing about it. But the thing is that, Chris's deep thinking takes a lot out of him to do that. I remember one night I told him, I was like, can you put a video together for us real quick? And he was like, yeah, sure. No problem.
There is no real
what
quick.
What do you want it to be on? And I was like, this. And then he sent me a message, I don't know, that night. And he was like, dude, I've recorded for 8.5 hours. And I don't have anything recorded. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, did you forget to turn the camera on? He's like, no, it's terrible. And I won't use any of it. And I was like, all right. So Chris is better than Sam. Got it. Yeah. Chris is better than Sam. The problem is that Chris, it takes more to get something out of Chris. But when Chris puts it together, it's spectacular. That's the thing.
So as I'm listening to Chris and like literally getting almost choked up on his story about his dad. And I've seen your reviews and I know how technically sound and like structured you are. You guys could collaborate on one knife, on one review, and Chris could go over the soul of the knife and you could go over the specs of the knife, and it could done that.
Yeah.
Does it not work or what?
Well, the challenge, we only live about 30 minutes apart, but getting our schedules to line up is really tough.
Okay.
I'm in multiple groups doing different things on a pretty regular basis. I've got an 11-year-old daughter, and we're also raising, one of our grandchildren right now. And so I've got a 20-month-old running around the house that requires a lot of, time and energy. And so, there's just so many things in my life going on right now that it's hard to get that. And then Sam's got a daughter that, is active and their life. And so for us to be able to schedule something where we're both free is tough. But
I hear you there. What I was thinking is more of like, you don't have to schedule it at the same time at all. What I'm thinking is like, what if you guys, like, as knives come in and you're doing reviews, what if you split the review? Like, you could do more of the, how does this knife feel in hand? What do I love about it? What don't I like about it? You could take on more of the emotional role, and then Sam could get into maybe more of the engineering, the specs, the materials, how it was forged, more of like the, this is totally off the top of my head, but
if Chris lived across the street, it would be no issue, right?
Okay.
The issue is getting from one hand to another in order to do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, the knife has to travel. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Unless we have the exact same knife, we have a challenge there to do that.
I see it now.
So,
okay.
Hey, check out Dragoon's comment at 11:06.
Yeah, I was just about to grab it. We'll babysit for Proto-Gracchus.
You're working hard on getting that one. You might end up with one.
Yeah, man.
He reminds me a lot of you with that Jericho.
Dragoon. Once production ones come in and stuff like that, Chris and I are going to evaluate what we're going to keep from the prototypes and what we're going to start to part with on prototypes and stuff like that. We're not going to keep all of our prototypes. So there will be some availability there. And just so everybody knows, our prototypes are production worthy in that sense that, like Hoobie sends out all their all their prototypes are done in D2, right? We did our prototypes in Vanex. So you're gonna get the real deal. It's just gonna be, it's not gonna be dialed in the way the production ones are gonna be dialed in, but you can obviously dial them in yourself. So, but we will be parting with probably 3 or 4 prototypes. So when that happens, you'll have a shot at one, but we're gonna wait until production comes out before we do that. So
you might not like the one that you.
I know one prototype I don't want.
the DLC.
The vampire, dude. You can keep that damn thing.
It clipped you.
It clipped me twice.
Yeah,
dude. So I straight up told
and you warned me.
I told Matt, I was like, dude, it's a guillotine and she'll bite you. And he was like,
you're right.
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Dude, I felt it through the screen of my DM. I heard him laugh at me. And I was like, oh, this dude's going to be wearing a Band-Aid tomorrow.
Yeah, like, well, oh, yeah, what is this my first time handling a knife, Sam? I'm fine.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, dude. Not my first time.
I've done this before.
It's cool, man. You got 9 other fingers. I'm not gonna be mad.
Dropped it on my thumb twice, and both times it cut me.
Dragoon, I scaled that. I put my own edge on it, because I've used it for a lot of testing. I've used the knife a fair amount, and I mean, I used it to work on my car one day. How often do you use a knife to work on a car? I did, but I think that. I put a 17-degree edge on it, was really testing the edge stability of it. And, I think it's down to 16.5 degrees right now. So, the prototypes are much thicker behind the edge. And that was one of the things that we wanted to resolve. So they're much more slicey today, with what's going to be coming out than what our prototypes are.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, dude, we love you too. We know you're breaking chops and all, but at the same time, we are serious about that. We are going to part ways with some of the prototypes. So, I mean, if there is some interest in that, there will be some available, but it's going to be in time. Right now, while we're still doing this and we're still making content, we're still trying to, do all that kind of stuff. But Matt, this is more what you should have expected.
I see it. Yeah.
Okay. Versus
a little more controlled. Yeah.
This is what you should expect.
That's
one
perfect.
though, right? I mean,
that's still good. Is that the one? Is that my little?
That's the one.
Yeah.
But
is that the Reaper?
Heavy. Yeah, it's so
that's
heavy.
The Reaper,
this
dude.
thing's just a scary guillotine.
You should charge more for that prototype since it's possessed.
Oh no, this is the one that probably, from my perspective, that prototype won't be sold. That's the one I will keep.
Or it's the prototype you give to somebody that you don't like.
Yeah.
Possibly. But I already did that. His name is Matt, and he runs the SouthernCaliEDC channel. Hey, love you, baby.
I see Bolton here. What's up, buddy?
Walk into that.
Hey, dude. Good to see you, man. Dude, the very first day that we got these prototypes, right? Chris and I, we got them on my birthday. They arrive. We show up. He comes over to my house. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And we open up the package. We're looking at everything. Boom, open it up. We're like, this is fantastic. We're so happy and everything like that. I'm like, yeah. And then I do this and boom, right to my knuckle. And I'm like, very first knife right out of the box, and I drop it down on my knuckle. I was like, son of a...
I think I did that within 30 minutes of receiving the knife. Like, yep. and you told me multiple times. You told me Chris told me at the show when I was about to drop it on my thumb. He was like, don't drop it on your thumb. So he caught it at the show and saved my thumb. Then I still ended up getting it. And you told me 30 minutes or so before. And I'm like, whatever. But you see, I think we all absentmindedly just open and close knives. And I dropped most of them on my thumb. And man, that thing just got me.
Yeah. I mean, first off, there's too much weight in the blade on this for you to drop it down to your thumb that way to begin with.
Yeah, I figured that out.
That black one in particular, okay, I mean, you can see here, like this is.
No, that's beautiful. That's perfect right there.
This one's really, really nice. Like I have this one nicely tuned.
Yeah.
But that black one, dude, I could clamp it down, and you did too, right? You twisted.
Yeah, I tightened it.
I tightened it. One for some reason or another is just nasty.
That's kind of how my Norseman is.
Yes.
I mean, it drops in a hurry.
Yep.
And it's almost like it's frictionless. Like you can't feel it.
And you can't tighten that pivot any more than it already is. There's no, like the tolerance is already maxed out and it still drops like that. Yeah. I have a Norseman too. Yeah. It's just like that. Yeah, except the difference with the Norseman though is it'll still drop really hard, but there's something about, your Reaper Gracchus has this like point that will get you right on the cuticle. Like it's just right there where you don't want it to be, and it just pops you.
Yeah, right at the edge of the finger choil where it comes into the blade.
Yes, that's right where it just gets you. Bow.
Yeah, this one, and Sam and I talked about this, after we come out with it, because he drops the knives to his thumb,
sure,
and then releases typically, and I don't. Like for me, when I go to release a fixed blade, a lot of times, this is a liner, but I move it over and then lift it up. So I guess
he does this reverse claw thing, like this, and then I don't know, it's this weird.
I saw that.
I call it the pickle claw. I don't understand. It looks like he's trying to reach in a pickle jar when he's trying to he's like, let me get a pickle out. Like
the scary movie knockoff, the guy with the hand.
Yeah. Well, hey, he's doing it, I guess, smarter than you and I are, Sam. Just dropping blades down on our thumbs and hoping for the best.
Well, and that's the other thing, right? I mean, anytime that I'm trying to get out of that habit of doing that a little bit. So what I've been trying to do is automatically now I go as high as I can on the lock bar.
Yes.
If I go to the very top of the lock bar, this is where it goes to, right? The tang hits my thumb and I'm safe. And then I can drop it. And it's the same thing, even with the black one. As long as I get up that high, it stops it. And then I can do that.
Well,
do either of you guys have an Evo, a Rotten Design Evo?
Yeah, I did. I dropped the review on mine today.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah, no joke.
Do you have the 4? The Evo 4?
No,
or 3?
3.0.
Is the 3 the big one? I think that's the one I have. Is that the largest?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that thing is also a thumb chopper if you don't get it tightened up. Love it. I love it. How is that freaking hollow grind on that blade?
Oh, it's absolutely vicious.
It's unbelievable.
But so the Evo 1 was big.
Yes.
Then they went small with an Evo 2. Then they brought back a big one for the 3, and then they went smaller again for a 4. And now I don't know if you saw the pre-orders through NC Blade, but they got more Evos coming out now. But
I did see that.
I was going to pre-order 2 of them, and then I stopped myself. And the only reason why I stopped myself was because, damn it, I don't want to wait a year.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about. Fulfillment time is 1 year pre-order. Dude, I don't want to wait 30 days. I'm one of those instant gratification type of people. So,
hey, Sam, check out Paul Mills' comment real quick, 11:15.
Wyvern Kodiak, the good Wyvern and the Kodiak, but the other Kodiak is okay too.
So I
don't know the other Kodiak real well, but you might be. I guess if you say he's okay, then I trust the good Paul Mills. So, what's up, Paul? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in, man. The Evo's a killer knife, man. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I had loaned Faithful EDC my Evo for him to do a review on.
Yeah.
And I finally got it back, and then I was like looking through all our content, and all of a sudden I was like, did I really never do a freaking review on my own Evo? It's like, shit, I need to do that.
Yeah.
So I decided today I was going to do that, and
so
there you go.
Matt, because I enjoy watching yours because really 3 things. One, it's a history lesson or an education lesson, right? Which I truly enjoy, and that always connects with me. 2, you're actually using the knives and showing their capability and talking about where they do well, where they don't. And then 3, that there's typically a comparison where you're, with other knives within the budget range. And so if I'm making choices, I've got something to choose from. I just don't go, do I like that one or don't I like that one? Because I like most of them. So the way that you do it, it means I only have to pick one. I don't have to go buy all of them. Right. So But do you have knives that you just don't use at all or you wouldn't use?
Yeah, I do. And those are the ones that I'm like literally always thinking about selling.
Yeah.
Because there's a few, like, I know the true knife man mentality is if you have a freaking knife, you got to use it. But like, to be perfectly honest, I am not grabbing my Herman Dragonfly and breaking down boxes, right? I could. It's a very capable knife. It's got the blade stock on that thing is like 170 thousandths or something. But
I'll buy that one when you're ready to sell it, and I'll make a video of me doing cut tests with it.
Yeah. So, but again, I know what in my mind I'm thinking. Use them all, right? Like I use my Hawk Talon all the time, and it's damn near $1,000. So it's not necessarily always price point, but I think because like my Herman is so pretty, like it just looks so good, like the blade finish and all that. Same thing with these Outlaws that I just got. As soon as I got them, I was thinking to myself, am I going to turn around and sell this? Because there's such a beautiful knife that I almost feel bad, running it through cardboard or whatever. So
funny you say that.
To answer your question, I do have some that I don't use, but I know I should use them all.
Yeah, I'm sitting here playing with a Holt right now, and it's
is that a haptic?
Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
I've not used this outside of I opened like an envelope, like a paper envelope where I slit it across once, and that's it. Usually I take stuff out when it's, trash day or the night before, and I cut down boxes.
Just break shit down, cut rope, cut everything, cut zip ties, but like,
And about every
there
knife
are knives that I don't use, which sucks.
Yeah, that's one that I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
It up, but it's like almost every other knife in my collection. Sam was stunned because when I bought it was last year, I bought the Rosie XL, and he's like, "You're really going to use that?" And
absolutely.
I picked it up and I threw it across the room, and I was like, "It's a tool."
Yeah, dude. And I'm with you on that. The Rosie XL, even though it is beautiful and it is well made and it feels like, so I have no problem using my Rosie. There's something about it where it's like, it doesn't scream art piece to me.
Yeah.
Where some of these knives, they just feel like art. I'm not hating on the knife, and I'm not thinking that it's not capable. I'm just hesitant to mar how freaking gorgeous they are. And so for me, those are the first on my list that I'm thinking about selling. As beautiful as they are, because it's like, if there's a hesitance to me using it, like, why do I have it, right? Yeah. So I think what I'm going to start doing also is I'm going to start doing some of these grail competitions similar to my normal videos. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to break out, like the Veli and the whatever and the whatever. And I'm going to have 4 of these like giants going against each other. And I'm going to cut cardboard. I'm going to cut everything with them and see how they do, because like, why not? Like,
well, I'll ship you some if there's any that I have that you don't, that you want to.
Yeah, I'd love that. And I think that the viewers would get a kick out of finally, right, seeing somebody just go to town on some of these really expensive knives and see how they do. Because some of these expensive knives also might not be that great when you're cutting with them. They might truly be just, a pretty face. So I do look forward to using a lot of these knives. But yeah, to answer your question, there are some that I'm still too scared to use, which I know goes against like the knife guy rule.
And I don't have any that I sit there and say I'm scared to use, right? I don't look at it as a fear to use things. I'm very confident that, like, for instance, I bet you that the Veli would work just fine, like that it would stand up to whatever I'm going to throw at it, because I'm not a heavy knife user. Like, I'm not prying stuff. I'm not beating anything up, right? I'm opening Amazon boxes and stupid crap like that. So it's not that. It's that I have pretty enjoyable knives that I like to sit there and play with. And then I have knives that I want to beat the crap out of and abuse. And to be honest with you, I mean, there are knives like, I have a Dixon, right? Yep. I have a McNeese Dixon. That was a $650 knife. I have no problems using that.
No,
crazy, yeah.
And if you're not using your Dixon, it's almost like, wait a second, hold on.
There's a joke there. Go for it.
Hold on, but you know what I mean. If you're not using your Dixon,
you're probably married.
Oh, Chris, you nailed that one, dude.
That's pretty freaking funny, right there, buddy. But where I was going with that, or where I was going to say is, I have knives that I won't use because I just don't want to. I don't want to put a mark on them. I like them prettied up. My Hog House is one of them.
Yeah.
Both of my Blauroks. I'm not going to use these knives. Right. I know people that have used these knives, and they tell me that they're incredible to use.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the truth of the matter is that I don't want a marked up knife. This is, to me, is art. This isn't a tool. This is a piece of art to me.
Yes. Yeah. You got the Lamia.
Yeah, and I use this a bunch.
Yep.
Yeah, like and I think it's an amazing cutter.
Yeah, you said that, Chris. You said that was one of the best cutters you've ever experienced.
Yeah, it was.
This Arius. Okay, there's only 30 of these being made. I'm not using this.
No, because and I think that one of the other things is there are knife guys, and then there are knife guys that are collectors, and we have actual collections, and some of the stuff, it really is to just enjoy. And it's not necessary. Not every single knife do I have to go out. I mean, Everyday City Carry talks about it all the time. Like, guys, I don't have to go chop down a tree to enjoy a freaking knife.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not in the rule books anywhere, you know. And if you want to do that, so back to the gun to the head scenario, right? There was a different take on, okay, like talking to my wife, right? Hey, okay, babe, gun to your head. Which knife are you taking? You're going, like, you know, you're going to be put on like a desert island or something like that, but you can't take a fixed blade, right? Because everybody knows if you're on a desert island, you want your fixed blade, right? That's the one that's going to last. And the one that I was like, can't live without and would take anywhere is my 80-20. You know,
there you go.
Yeah.
I love my Demko. I use
You know?
the crap out of my Demko.
Absolutely love these things. I've got this in the 80-22, and I just their lockup is perfect. The one-handed deployment, I like the acoustics, I like the different deployments, but like you're just not going to ever hurt this knife, like ever. You know, unless you do something extremely stupid, I guess. But like, you know, there's it. I think that's what's cool about knives. You know, is like they all have such different like character to them.
Personalities in its own right.
Yeah.
Donnie, I get what you're saying. And it's a to each their own thing, right? I'll use a lot of knives. I don't dictate what I'm using based on
Sam, grow up and use your shit.
Yeah. I don't dictate it based on price. Okay. I will use $1,000 knife if I'm not looking at it as a piece of art.
Yep.
Okay. I have knives that are art. I have knives that are not. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, truthfully, and Matt, you tested it, you know it. Okay. The Gracchus is a user, man. This thing is made to use. I use the crap out of our prototypes and I love it. I broke down a shit ton of boxes this morning to fit them all into my trash because my wife, you know, ordered half an Amazon warehouse this past couple weeks.
Yeah, always.
Okay. So, I mean, and it's cool, man. They broke them down great and it's still sharper than hell. And when it does get a little bit of a dull edge on it, dude, stropping this thing back is great. It's so easy to put this edge back on this knife. It's not a problem at all. I have not even needed to put it onto a stone or anything. Just throw it on the strop, 2 seconds, boop, boop, and you're back to sharp.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to buying one of Donnie's knives too. So I got to get one of those in my collection.
Donnie Bless.
Yeah, I treat $1,000 knives like a one-night stand. Yeah, do your balls itch afterwards too?
Hey,
I'm just saying, giggity.
Dragoon asked, do any of you guys have a DeVille? I do not.
No. The Gracchus is art, and I appreciate that, man. And you know, it is. If you want it to be art, it can be. I don't think anything can't be art, right? You know, I know people that won't use this, right? And this is sub $300 knife, but I know people that won't use that. I carry mine all the time. I love the crap out of my freaking Taipan. I think it's a fantastic knife. As a matter of fact, this is the mini Taipan, and I've been flicking this thing more than anything else on while we've been talking here. So it's to each their own on that.
Well, you know, so you know, I bought the offender, right? And then I wanted another offender so I could keep a really nice one so I could use one of them like crazy.
Hi, Donnie.
So yeah, I bought two of the same knives just so I can make one of sit in the collection for a while I use the other.
Yep. Yeah. I'm, you know, hey, everyone collects differently, man. Everyone has a different style. And I will say though that I am looking to purge a little bit and downsize a little bit. And I really do want to at least start to get into the mindset of like, you know, if I absolutely am not going to use it, why do I have it in my collection? And I think, and it's more of like a purchasing, it's going to help me with purchasing decisions to just not buy every damn knife that looks amazing because there's too many to keep up with. So I'm gonna kind of see if I can kind of do that. Like I'll keep things like a Rosie, like a Talon, like a 80-20, and maybe I part with things like a beautiful Outlaw or a Dragonfly Hermit or stuff like that. So we'll see. I've been kicking that around a little bit.
Gunmetal James, that's a great idea.
Yeah, man. So Chris and I have to commemorate our first knife. Chris and I both ordered special editions just for us. So Chris and I are both getting Damasteel, the Gracchus. We're both getting one DLC Damasteel and one mirror polished Damasteel.
Whatever.
Well, and here's the thing. If there's a second run and there's enough interest in it, we could do it. But keep in mind, like our cost is higher per knife than what we charge for the Gracchus to begin with. So it's like it's our first knife. It's really hard to turn around and say, hey, if you guys want a fancy one, go buy one for $750 or $800. And it's like, who are you? Like we haven't earned that right to ask that kind of money for a knife, even though it's not the knife, it's the parts in this case, or the materials in this case. So if it gets there and people really love the knife and they really want one of those, then there may be a small batch of order or something like that in the future that could come out in there. But otherwise, it's going to be just something that I don't know. Chris, I've told you before, I think mine are going to go in cases. Like I want to display them. I don't want to use them. It's not because I'm afraid to use them. It's more because I'm going to use all the other ones.
We probably ought to partner up with like a custom cabinet maker or something to do the display. I bought Holmes and Hatfield did a separate single case for one knife, and I bought one of those, and it's nice, but it's not quite what I want. And I've got somebody else making us some Gracchuses that I don't know if I want to release all the information. I won't release the info yet, but I've got something in the works for Sam and I. Yeah. You're getting close. Yeah.
You're getting close, man. That's pretty, dude. That is hilarious. You're right. He is just like I was to Sergio in freaking Atlanta last year. So Matt, I'll show you an interesting one.
But we were. I was just going to say, let me finish this thought super quick. But getting like we might go in, talk about going in to get a carpenter where we can agree on something, have it built where we can have these display cases, because there's probably 4 or 5 of them I want to put in the case for this first one. And then if they're really nice, then I'll probably expand the collection with each model that we do, just adding one and just continue to add the cases and mount them on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're right.
There may be. I'm looking at some ideas as well. My issue is just the room that I'm in, and my office here. It's like a sunroom, so I don't have wall space anywhere over here. I only have 2 walls, and one of them is taken up by a 6-foot plus safe. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to wait until the forever home, where really I'm building and designing around the idea of things like that. Like I'm quite literally like we're building it with the idea of having a workshop in the back, because I'm going to begin making custom knives back there and stuff like that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to buy a CNC machine, the whole ordeal.
Really?
I'm getting crazy.
Oh, let's go. That's cool.
So, yeah, the Wyvern Kodiak thing, we'll keep doing what we're doing here, but at the same time, like this is just the beginning of where this trip takes us. So
I love that.
So Matt, check this thing out. This doesn't look like anything crazy or wild, right? This would be the Kunwu Jericho.
Okay.
Okay. There's a story behind this one, though. So this is production model numero uno, number one
Ooh,
ever made.
that's sick.
Okay. Last year, they had this at Blade Show, and they were showing it off, and it wasn't for sale. And every day, 3 times a day minimum, I would show up at the booth and ask them to sell me the knife. And every time he'd tell me no, and every time I would say, I'm not accepting that answer. I'll be back in a little while. And I would come back and I'd say, is my knife still there? And he'd point to it and I'd say, great, can I take it now? And he'd say no. And like to the point where I drove him crazy. And at the end of the second day, he finally broke and he said, I can't sell it to you now, but I'm willing to sell it to you tomorrow as long as we can keep it till for the rest of the show. So
Okay. Yeah.
I wound up with Kunwu model number 1.
That's crazy.
And this, I had this for what, 6 months before it came out, Chris?
Oh yeah, easily 6 months. Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, it was, and Dragoon busting chops in here just kind of reminds me of that, his persistence. And Sergio loves me. Okay, I mean, I see him, he gives me a hug, like, you know, we're buddies now. And I know people have a certain way they feel about him, and, you know, don't get me wrong, I get it, right? Sergio can be a cutthroat son of a bitch, and he really can be vicious.
Did you tell him how the stop pin on that thing sucks, though?
Nope. I don't want that.
Because I
fight.
bet he's not going to be your friend after that.
Yeah. You know,
No, Sergio's okay. By the way, Sergio's cool. I'm making jokes. I've talked to him on Instagram even during that whole thing, and he's a really good guy.
He is. He's
You know, we all lose our composure certain times. We all, you know, there's a lot of shit that goes on when you're at that level of a knife company that you're trying to digest and deal with. And also on the other side of that fence, probably the most influential person in my entire knife journey and content creator journey is Jared, who is also an awesome guy. So this was just two guys with very strong, you know, mindsets, and just for whatever reason, not being able to find a common ground. And, you know, so well, I hated seeing it, but
when communication isn't happening direct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The telephone game, right? Man. Yeah.
It's like when somebody's saying something in a joke to you in a text message, but you can't feel that, right? So you take it. Not that I want to say you take it personally. Like, I'm not meaning you that directly.
I do take it personally. Thanks.
Oh, okay. But like sometimes somebody will say a joke and you're like, oh, well, you're dick. And then they'll be like, no, I'm saying that as a joke. I'm like, well, you can't really relay that.
Yeah.
Feeling, you know, it's hard to explain that in a text message. So
yes,
you know, same thing. Mind Milton, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Yeah, let's
dude.
say hi to everybody. It's been a while.
Yeah, you know, I think everybody's kind of been in here. I've been kind of keeping an eye on who's coming in and who's coming out. I know we got some what do you call it? Some lurkers out there. So, you know, if all of a sudden they'll chime in or whatever. What do you got there?
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's a little bit of an older model, but I just got it from Concept. This is called the Super Hawk.
I've got one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I never, like, I guess I'm late to the party, but I was trying to get, so you guys know me, I like to make the, like hard use stuff and workhorse stuff. And I've been trying to put together a non-US workhorse knives, because where the non-US companies do a really amazing job of, like, you know, things like the Xander and things like the Orca and blah, 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 you know, they do such really cool stuff. They don't make a ton of beefy stuff, right? And so you've got your cold steel locked up. So I'm going to have like the lineup, I guess I can give you a little preview of this particular non-US workhorse it's going to be the SR1. So the Cold Steel SR1, I don't see how anything can really beat this damn thing. This is an absolute juggernaut of a knife. And then the Super Hawk, which is also extremely thick blade stock, very, very tough frame lock. And then I found, I don't know if you guys have experience with off-grid knives, but off-grid makes a very beefy, very chunky, and really good action knife. I'm going to beat the shit out of that. And then the last one is the Remet Cool Leopard.
Nice.
Which is also almost, I think, 200 thousandths thick. So, you know, this is just the type. I try to like grab a bunch of knives that have some similarities to them and are a little bit different. And so I reached out to Emily at Concept, and I was like, is it possible to get a Super Hawk? And she hooked me up. So that'll be in the video.
Is yours a guillotine? Because did you see that? How fast mine drops?
No.
Yeah, mine is an absolute guilt, and it might be the DLC on it. I don't know.
Yeah, Chris is the first time I ever handled Chris's. He gave me the same warning we gave you about the
Oh, really?
brackets. Yeah, except I listened. So I didn't get cut. But
so Chris, even if it's tight, like even if the pivots tighten up and everything, it won't. It's like here's mine.
Oh yeah, there's zero blade play in this thing. Yeah, it just
damn. Look at that.
Yeah, his is a cigar cutter right now. It's just snaps closed. It's insane.
That's a good way to put it.
But
Autumn Wind, what's
like
up, all? Welcome in. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you.
What's up, Blue?
Oh, there's another.
Man.
Have you guys seen the Kindred Edge? The altar. So this is the Kindred Edge altar. It is it's a crossbar lock, and really, really cool. It's a full titanium construction. They've got, even in the finger choil, they've got jimping under here, which is really crazy. Like it doesn't hurt your finger. It like locks your finger in. And then the actual crossbar is super thick. Like the crossbar itself is like 1/4 of an inch thick, and it's basically they're using like a coil spring below it. So, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen a coil spring on a crossbar lock, but super, super thick, full titanium construction. I think it's M390. And then it also has removable scales.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
And they have like micarta scales and stuff. Like if these are a little bit too slick or whatever, you can throw micarta scales on there. So I thought this was like a really, really cool knife. Reversible pocket clip, all that stuff. Action's really good. Kindred Edge was. I'll do some content on this one.
I'm really proud of Sam right now because as soon as you said crossbar lock, I thought it was gonna be like, hey, we lost Matt again.
Yeah, I know. And listen, it does still have that crossbar lock, lack of detent. So it is still going to be mushy, but it's done really well.
Yeah, I'm really. Here are the two parts of crossbar locks that I can tell you from my perspective. One is, mushy detent. Just I'm not a fan, right? And Chris and I have both said that, right? We refer to it as the spongy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean,
Yep.
it just is what it is. But
Yep.
the second thing is this: before the top liner lock was a hit that it is now, it was the crossbar lock that was firing and everybody was doing them.
Yes.
And it was just exhausting. Okay.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't want to say it became boring, but it became boring.
Crossbar
right?
fatigue. They called it crossbar
that's
fatigue. It was
what
like,
it is. It became too much. And then it was like, all right, I'm done with them. I don't want to see anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I think that's what it is. If I didn't touch, feel, see a new crossbar for several years and then touched a crossbar lock, maybe I'll reignite some enjoyment in it. But right now, it's just, damn, man, I eat the same crackers every night for every year, man. It just bored the shit out of me.
Oh, is that the shuffle? No. What is that?
No.
This one is the Bulldog. And
Yeah.
on paper,
Oh, that's so good.
This should be everything that I absolutely love in a knife. It hits every single
Look at the
feature.
ergos on that thing, man.
Oh, it's so comfortable.
That's so crazy.
And again, I've got really large hands, and
Yeah.
but there's so much texture and same way, like across the spine, there's jimping up here, jimping all the way up here on the, on the curve. Like it is just an ergo beast. I love the shape.
It's also very good looking. I like the way that looks.
Yeah, but I did a video on this one because, and that I call it mechanical soul. And I compared it to, other knives that have a lot better action. And I never, ever carry this because there's nothing satisfying about the deployment or the release. Nothing at all. But on paper, like it beats all of my favorites on features.
Yeah.
But I never carry it or use it.
So this is a perfect segue, by the way, gentlemen, to make sure if you haven't, I don't know if they're still available or not, but Jared is coming out with something that's pretty unique. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his new arson knife.
Yeah.
Chris pre-ordered one, I think, right?
Okay. Yep. Well, so according to him, he has actually found a way to put a detent into a crossbar lock.
Well,
and that
it wouldn't be hard.
I mean, it wouldn't be, right? But that's what Jared said. He's like, I don't know why people aren't just doing this. Like, just put a freaking detent in there. And
the reason why people haven't is because for years on years, okay, and I have the Manix 2 in my hand, so I mean it's close enough to a crossbar. Same concept in overall, right? You can't do this if you have a detent on your
the opening with the crossbar. I see what you're saying.
There is no deployment there when you're locked in, right? So now here's the thing. I don't know about everybody else, but other than when I first got my bench made and Chris and I were two idiots in A.G. Russell in Arkansas throwing ourselves around the store like two retards, okay, trying to figure out how to open a crossbar.
Some things never change, huh, fellas?
Yeah.
Yay! Look at me. But other than that, okay, this isn't how I open a knife anymore.
No.
Right?
Nope.
So for me, like this knife in particular, and I'm not a big Spyderco fan to begin with, but yeah, I know. Everybody has a heart attack with that, right? I respect them. But they're
getting struck by lightning, dude. The knife gods shall smite you, sir.
Yes, I'm sure they will one day, but not today, sir. But what I like is I prefer to flick them with my thumb.
Yes.
Okay, I love a thumb flick off of this one.
Oh, you mean your Spydercos? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I
absolutely love.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm. There is something very satisfying about this for me, and I don't own a PM2 or a PM3.
I've got enough for both of us.
No PM2 or Para 3? Wow.
I own a Bodacious and I own a Manix 2. And the only reason why I own the Manix 2 is because I got a massive discount on a Magnamax version and I wanted a Magnamax blade. Okay. The truth of the matter is I absolutely hate this knife.
How can you hate the knife? That's such a strong word.
Dude, it's trash. It is uncomfortable. Its action sucks. Okay.
Wow.
And what do you? I don't understand what people like about these. I'm sorry, but 10 times out of 10, 100 out of 100, I will take any other knife on my table right now over this.
That's how I feel about the bug out.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel the same way about the bug out now.
Yeah.
Okay. The bug out does absolutely nothing for me. But I will say
it was revolutionary when we first discovered it. We're like, look how light this is. And then we realized we like the idea of light knives. We figured out we don't like light knives.
But I'll say one other thing. Okay. You can say what you want about a bug out. I field dressed a couch with one.
I'm confident you could do it with your Manix as well.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I took an S35VN carbon fiber bug out, and I literally broke down an entire section of my couch that wouldn't fit in the trash can with it.
Sure. Well, I mean, I would attribute that more to the S35VN than the bug out.
Now, blow me up real quick, Sam. So
some days I really want to. No, I'm sorry.
The lighting isn't showing, but I put 80 AWT scales on this one.
Yeah.
And I love it. Now I put the deep carry wire clip on it along with it. But here's one of the challenge I've had that I replaced and put their spring on it. And I'm going to put back the factory spring because it's locked.
Oh no.
Yeah, like there is. I mean, I've got slip joints that yeah.
So the ball in the ball bearing lock is not like being pushed forward enough.
Yeah, the spring's just so light.
It's too light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the ball bearing lock that's one of the strongest locks that is out there. But I think you have to have enough back pressure for it to work properly. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's one of the things that I've got to do is just take it back apart and put it in. But this was at Blade Show, Spyderco had a bunch of these up on the shelves. They were their seconds. And this was a Maximate and it was $80. So Faithful EDC bought it, and then he's like, I've got two. I don't really care for this one. Do you want to buy it? And I was like, yep. And so he sent it to me, and then I bought the scales and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hold on to your Maximate and your Rex 121 and all those steels that are being sunset.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be able to get them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to change the scales out on mine, and maybe I'll enjoy it more that way because the ergos on mine as is. I mean, everybody complains about the pocket clips on them, and I get that, right? But forget that. Dude, just a standard grip. This sucks. This is uncomfortable to me, right? So it's like I don't want to use it because right away I feel a hot spot without even white knuckling and gripping this.
Have you ever tried a Shaman?
Yeah, I've tried a Shaman, but I actually preferred the Bodacious over it, and that's what I wound up with. I have a Bodacious. The
Bodacious is great. I have that as well.
Yeah, I like the Bodacious. The Bodacious is good. And I'd like to try what is it? Marson Slices one. I forget what the heck it's called. The Chief Slice or something like that. It's like a $450 freaking Spyderco, but it's
not the Spidey Chef.
No.
Okay.
No.
I think the Spidey Chef.
SLCZY. I don't know. It's
yeah. No, I have no idea. I did recently just get the Edgerati, which is actually kind of cool.
Do you have a lot of stick on that? That's been the complaint that I've heard is that it's gotten a ton of stick. Maybe they fixed it or something, but
no stick. I mean, it's a knife that typically, these Spydercos, they need to be broken in because they're washer knives. So it's definitely it's a little stiff, but there's no stick. Like the compression lock doesn't stick or anything like that.
Oh, even the one at Blade Show. Yeah, they actually took it out of the case and stopped and wouldn't sell it because it was sticking.
No shit. I have not had that on mine. I hope I don't.
That was a QC fail.
Yeah, that was a QC fail, but it's not the first one. Cole even said that his started getting stick, and I mean, just people were complaining about that.
No kidding. Well, I don't play with mine enough. Maybe I should play with it right now and see if it sticks. How much time we got left? 13 minutes?
Yeah, as long as you want, man.
Yeah. And good night, Chris B.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
We're getting down there. Sorry, man. Bluminati Ninja's in here. What's up, dude? Sorry I didn't say hello. We were blabbering on here like 16-year-old girls. Deadhead, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us as always. Let's see. I thought I saw some other folks in here that popped in. So if I'm missing people, and I'm skipping through a bunch of stuff here. So let's see. That's the PM2. Yeah. I saw that today. I got a couple people. So I did the review on ours. Gunmetal James, we were proxied for him, and then he let me do a review on it before I sent it out to him. And so when I did that, people started commenting on the video today that they were like, yeah, I grabbed one. Yeah, I couldn't get the black one because it sold out too quick. And another person's like, I'm not a member, so I'm hoping I even get a shot at one. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, you know, it's going to be tough. I mean, people have been waiting for it for a month and a half, actually. So there's enough hype built up around that Tonto now that they weren't going to last very long, no matter how many they put up on that site.
When did it come out? Or did they drop today?
Yeah, they dropped today at like 11:30 was like when the members pricing or the members got their shots at it. And I mean, from what I heard, they were just blown out really fast. So,
okay.
You know, it's a cool knife. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I reviewed one. I proxied it for somebody, and they let me review it before I sent it off to them. But it was definitely kind of
like overrated.
I knew it was gonna fly off the shelf. So that's where I was going. It's M4, Tonto, PM2. Yeah, they had all.
Oh, it's M4.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Tonto. That's
Lion, not a sheep. You have a good night, brother. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, it's M4, and I mean, look again. It is exactly what it is. It's great, but you know, it's good. I wish I grabbed one today. Honestly, I really do. So
they'll come back around. Spyderco, they'll come back around.
Matt, what do you think about the smock?
So I've never had one. I've never held one. And everyone that I know that has had one and held one is like, how could you have not? Like, it's a cult-like following. People love the smock. But I've never played with one. So I feel like I would like it because Spydercos are already fidgety, and it looks like that one's even more fidgety, you know, like fun to play with. So, but I don't have an opinion because I've never experienced one.
Yeah.
107 on Amazon for an M4 Tenacious. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought this one and I put titanium handles on it and
it's got it's really good looking too. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then they came out. This is an S30. Then they came out with Crewwear, and I bought that one. And so now I'd said earlier I'd made just like a homemade tumbling station, and I'm going to start stone washing. And the idea was on my Crewwear one, two things, and I need to call. I don't know if Donnie Bless is still here, but I need to call Donnie because he gave me an idea because I want to put jimping on it. So I'll do that because it's smooth as could be. But you get a couple jimps on the flipper, and it will be amazing. But I want to etch it, stone wash it, and jimp it. And then I bought some black hardware to go with it because it's got like an off-white, scales. So
yeah,
I think it'll look really, really cool.
I think that's another cool part about Spydercos, man, is, if you do get into them, my God, you can customize them till the cows come home. Like, you really, even though they're everywhere, you really can make like every Spyderco that you own unique and your own. Yeah. And I think that they've done a really good job of building that ecosystem where you can customize them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They do a lot of options, right? I mean, they're the Glock of knives, if you will, in its own right. And that's cool. I'm glad that they do that because the way they come from the factory is, I don't want to say they're bad knives. Ergonomically, they're good in their own shape, but like, because they're flat scale, that's what is wrong with the Mannix, right? There is no chamfering, there's no edge softening. So when you put your hands on here, everything is a jagged edge, right? And then you have these grippy scales underneath here. You have this grip texture under here. Yeah. But with flat scales, you're getting no relief. So right off the bat, this is raw, making my hand raw. Just squeezing it like this. I'm not even going to work with this knife. Just doing this. And I could sit there and say, if I was cutting boxes in 10 minutes, my hands would hurt like hell.
And those are their standard G10, like the Peel Ply G10 scales.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it came with.
That's like my favorite texture G10, like in the knife world.
I like the texture. Doing this is fantastic. Okay, that's not where I'm going with it. I'm saying from the
edges. The edges.
They're flat as
There's no
shit.
contouring. Yeah.
There's no contouring.
Yeah.
There's no chamfering. There's nothing. It is here and here.
Yeah, that's how this Edgerati is. As you're saying that, it is a pretty distinct. Like, there's no contouring on this thing anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if I can get some scales on here that give you a little bit of rounded edge, a little smoothness off the sides here, make it comfortable in the grip here. Okay, I would be willing to bet you that it wouldn't be an issue. You know, in the beginning, I was like, all right, you know, I'm not quite sure I like the stiff lock on this, but you know what? I've been flicking the crap out of this for the last few days, and the spring
loosens up. Yeah,
it's loosened up enough where right now I'm very comfortable with the way this is. I'm not going to change the spring on this.
Maybe we can link up on Saturday. I'll bring you mine as well. You can check out the scales.
Yeah, well, we got to link up anyway. I've got 2 of your knives that need to come to you. So.
And Sam, if it's been a while since you've tried a Shaman, I would try it one more time.
And I'll try it again. I'm always willing to try a knife, even a
like I can send. So I have a salt version I can send you if you want to like mess around with it for a little while. And that, like, it's one of the few Spyderco knives out there that is like legit contoured. I'll show you.
Yeah. While you're pulling that, hey Robert, thanks for the heads up on Way of Knife. I'm a huge fan of those guys, and I've thought about, you know, I've been torn. Do I want to send this off and get done, or do I want to do it myself? And I want it nice, and that is problematic for me to try it myself, especially to try to do a crew wear.
Did I miss something, man? Sorry.
Oh yeah, Robert 1158 was letting me know that Way of Knife does. Like I had said, I was going to do jimping on my.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he was letting me know Way of Knife does it as a service, and then
Gotcha.
comment right after that is he said he got rid of his crew wear because it was beginning to rust just being in his pocket, and yeah, I can appreciate that, especially in
later, Blue.
Wet.
Have a good night, brother. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us, dude.
Thanks, Blue.
And I saw Sever7 jumped in here as well. What's up, Sever? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, dude. And Todd.
Big Sev.
What's up, dude? What's up, Todd? Good to see you. Greetings, my friend.
Oh, they know.
Does have a slightly thicker blade than say a PM2 or Manix does. Right on. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
You know, my thing is, and Matt, what do you think? If he's already got a Bodacious, he has a Shaman that's just slicier, right? I mean, I almost think of them as the same exact knife, except I just think it's a slightly thinner blade. Is that about the only difference, or the ergo is actually different?
The first part of what you were saying, Chris, I missed. What were you talking about?
Since he already has a Bodacious, would the Shaman do anything for him? Are the ergos different enough there?
So, yes. The short answer would be yes, because so with the Shaman, you're still kind of getting that very similar Bodacious leaf shape. Yeah. You're not getting as much. So the thing that I like about the Bodacious is you're actually getting all of your edge, like to the top of the scale. Like it's just all edge, and then the scales begin. But if you want a nice choke up position on the Shaman, you are just so locked in behind that edge.
Gotcha.
I like that. And then from an ergonomic standpoint, from the contouring, these are literally rounded.
Yeah.
And it's the only it's the only Spyderco that I know of that out of the box does that, where they've softened all of the edges, Sam. And your hand really, and it's a nice thick handle, your hand really just kind of goes in there, and I mean you're contoured everywhere, up and down this whole handle. So it also it's
I didn't touch that version of the of the shaman. So when I bought the Bodacious, I handled the Mannix and I handled the shaman. They were all in the same case right there. It was at a gun show, and I handled all of them, and I was like, yeah, like I don't like this one at all. And then
Okay.
so, but the thing was, again, it wasn't that version. Like that one was the one that I handled. That was the shaman. Was like blue scales. Maybe it was it Spy 27 on that one as well, Chris?
Yeah, it was Spy 27. Yeah.
So I mean, it was just kind of meh.
So the only other shaman that I had was the regular G10, and it also was contoured like this. This is the salt version, but they just changed up like the coating of the blade and the it's Magna Cut and blah blah. But like these scales they didn't have all the nice little texturing inside. So they were a smooth black G10, but they were contoured on the sides. So now I'm not saying that the one you handled was, but I've only handled a few of them, and they've always had this kind of like really rounded edge to them. So I'm just saying, it sounds like it's something that drives you nuts, and that could be a Spyderco that you might really enjoy.
I definitely got to check it out then.
Yeah.
And again, when you're at a show and you're handling so much stuff, a lot of times you overlook some of the other things because it's like, you're presented with a pile, right? So I got to keep in mind that too. It's difficult to dissect your brain and be unbiased to things when you're at a show, when there's so much coming at you with that, because now you have, I like pizza, but let's face it, if you put like all these other types of foods out there, you're going to give me a choice in there, and it's going to be a challenge then all of a sudden. So,
and Sam just doesn't like the aesthetics of Spyderco at all. It's enough to turn him off.
A lot of them I do not. You're right, Chris. I don't. But the thing is that here's the thing. I'm not looking at Spyderco as an art knife. I'm looking at it as a logical, usable knife that I can carry, that I can work with and stuff like that. And I've gained appreciation for the usability of the tool on Spyderco, which is why I don't care about the aesthetic quite as much on that one. Mikey Bobby up in the house. Military 2 is awesome. Yeah, there's a reason why they sell a stupid amount of those.
Well,
they are a great knife.
He said the military, not the paramilitary. The PM2 is the one that really sells a ton of. I don't know if the military 2 sells.
I didn't know that there was a military 2. I thought the PM2. I thought that's just what he meant.
No, they're different. Fishbag had a comment at 12:06.
I'm looking for
it. Welcome, Fishbag.
Oh, there you go. I've had 3 shamans. Couldn't bring myself to go Bodacious so far. I don't see how the Bodacious can possibly be an improvement in ergos, but I do get the longer cutting length thing. Yeah, we say it probably every single solitary live that we have, right? It's knives, guns, tools. Everything is such a personal thing. Your ergos, my ergos, Chris's ergos, Matt's ergos, they're all different. Everybody's going to feel differently, be different, more comfortable in different things. So, what feels great for me doesn't feel great for you, and so on and so forth. And so I think, if it works great for you and it doesn't, and the Bodacious doesn't, then that's cool. Like that's to teach their own thing. I think that's a logical thing.
We're all built differently, man. Our hand structures are all different, and it's just like it's just like when you're testing out firearms. Like some people might think the ergonomics of a particular handgun are they melt right into their hand, and it feels like an extension of your arm, and blah 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 blah. And then Chris might grab that gun and go, dude, I don't think I could hit the broadside of a barn with this thing. So
it's funny because Chris and I, if you put our hands like this, okay, I mean, they're like a millimeter difference or something. I mean, like they're quite literally identical sized hands.
You guys do that a lot?
Yes.
Hold hands.
Absolutely. Well, it's not the only thing we hold. But
whoa.
You know,
Yours
man,
was
Is it
nice.
3 hours yet? All right.
look, we had
Yours was nice.
look.
Get
I'm
your
just
head out the
saying,
gutter.
he rented his own room in Atlanta, but it was always empty. So I mean,
Yeah. Oh man. Did you guys like do like storytelling under the sheets and stuff? Like,
what are you kidding me?
yeah.
This
I
one
can't even
time,
sleep
the band
without him
came.
reading me a bedtime story. It's like the
Little
voice of
spooky
an angel.
faces with your flashlights, your little EDC flashlights.
Yeah.
He's like the
Ooh.
voice of an angel. He sits there once upon a time in a land far, far away. And I just sit there and
Okay, Sam, here's a spooky story.
tell me another one, Mr. Chris.
Oh, so good, guys.
We
Hey,
just find people.
did you guys know? Yeah, we're surprised they're not shutting us down. Did you guys know that I just kind of was just measuring these things because I have ADD. The Edgerati, this thing is like almost the exact specs of a shaman. Like this thing is big.
Yeah.
There's a guy who put the shaman blade in the handle of
Yeah.
of there. Yeah, it will fit.
It's crazy. And it even has the one thing I don't like about the shaman, and apparently this too, is there's a this thing right here that locks you into the choke up position, which is amazing. So there's this little nub right there. And when that swings back around, when you depress the compression lock, when that swings back around, it actually hits your finger a little bit. And the shaman has it. And then I just realized that this has it too. So yeah, apparently they just took a shaman and then they elongated the blade shape and they tapered the blade out to a thinner tip. But other than that, this thing's damn near just a shaman.
It's a rebladed shaman, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty well, you know.
Then
like
they
I
did
said,
the whole
I did-
skeletonization stuff, for weight. But
if you look up Edgerati with shaman blade, there's actually people that have videos that they've done it. So I do know.
I believe
that
it
they are
now.
like that.
Yeah, I believe that fully. I was like, why is this? These are so similar, but I'd never had them both out at the same time. And yeah, they're like the same damn knife.
Yes. Somebody was like, why don't we make a skelly shaman? Somebody else went, because that would be stupid. Yeah, let's put a new blade on it.
Probably, yeah. Someone was like, do a skelly shaman, and they're like, nah, like stretch
No
out the
one's gonna
blade or
buy
make it
that.
different.
Yeah.
But technically, I mean, I guess if they change the blade shape and they change the scales, I guess we can't really say that it's. I mean, what else can they change, right?
They must be an executive in my company.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey guys, I actually have to go.
No, you're good. I was actually just about to say, I think we're going to start to wrap this thing up. We're going 3+ hours, so I think it's time.
Yeah. Well, I'm on putting the little one down tonight duty, so and it's past her bedtime. So
Dude,
Right
thanks so much for joining us. You've been awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot
thank
of
you
fun,
guys. Hey,
Yeah.
whenever, man, anytime. It's a pleasure. It's like hanging out with two buddies, man. So you guys are great. Everyone in the comments, thank you for having me. Thank you for all the support. For those of you that do watch my stuff, it's been a humbling and super fun experience thus far. So yes, thank you to both of you. This is the first time I've ever been on a live stream, by the way.
Cool.
So a lot of firsts happened between this little trio here. So
No, that's awesome, man. You're welcome.
Really
back
appreciate you
anytime.
guys.
We had a lot of fun. Folks, if you're not, and I'm sure you all are, but if you're not, make sure you're following Southern Cali EDC. Matt's a great guy, makes good content. And then if you haven't hit that like button tonight for our live, we appreciate if you do so. You guys are amazing. We love you all. We will catch you on the next one. And Chris, roll us out, buddy.
All right, everybody. We really appreciate you. Enjoy walking life out with you. Have a good one. See you next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.